Dribble.
Fade back three.
Fade back three. Dribble. Insurance fraud.
Bruh, the insurance fraud, the insurance fraud foul shit is annoying.
If they're letting me do it,
Jesus
and it's getting me points.
Listen, I understand that, but I'm a fan, so I hate watching that shit. I understand.
All right, so we're about to go live, guys. So,
all right, hold on. This is on the New Black joint, right?
It'll be on the YouTube. I will post the link.
Okay, so this is you're recording it on yours, or are you recording it on
the Black is New Black YouTube? Well,
okay, so I'm gonna pull up over there.
Actually, I think it's on mine. No, it says it's on the Black is New Black YouTube. Yeah, it's on the Black is New Black.
We'll go on there.
For some reason, it's showing me watch it through my other YouTube, but
okay.
So it gives us one free viewer, baby. Myself. Womp, 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 womp.
I'll share it on the Facebook page. I think I have access to that.
I still can't believe.
You should.
This nigga, This nigga Nicolas Cage is playing himself in this fucking movie.
He is.
Oh, I'm watching the hell out of that. Yeah, it was a trailer. It was a trailer at Batman, right?
I didn't see it at Batman, but I think so.
Also, that hairpiece he has on is preposterous.
It's amazing.
Not your hair. This nigga been bald for 20 years.
I'll tag some people once. All right. So we're gonna go live.
What?
Well, we're gonna start recording. We're already live.
What the fuck does Lori Lightfoot have on in this goddamn picture?
I don't know, Taylor, but hold that thought. Recording to the cloud and
not to the cloud.
Yes, to the cloud. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Black is New Black on YouTube. Cause Facebook some hoes. It's your boy Benjamin.
If you obey the laws, you don't have to suffer the consequences.
I made a joke about El fucking Chapo and got banned from Facebook.
I mean, also, nigga, you're on YouTube. They might do the same shit.
Yes,
damn it,
it
Benjamin,
is possible.
Damn it. El Chapo has killed 2,500 million Mexican citizens this week alone. It is no laughing matter.
Really?
I'm pretty sure that's an accurate number somewhere, depending on. Well,
I'm not aware that he was out here just
in Mexican math.
Jones did the math.
In Mexican math, you have to double your rate.
In Mexican math, nigga.
It's the exchange rate. It's like the exchange rate. How you gotta multiply dollar value. You have to multiply life value. It checks out. Google it. It's a thing.
Dark. Very dark.
The world's a horrifying place, children. Welcome to reality.
Yo, what the hell is this thing? This thing. Okay, so I was trying to tag people, but I don't know what this thing is doing. So, yeah. So we do sports, nerd shit, and hip hop, and R&B. The Big DM 101 FM Jams.
Oh yes. For the bitches.
Very local joke. Very local joke. Yeah.
Very
so
local.
Thank you guys for coming. Sports, nerd shit, and hip hop. With whatever debaucherous things that we want to talk about thrown in there. I'm your boy Benjamin Anderson. That's Taylor. You can't see Taylor. And Jonesy's here. You can see
here. I'm too pretty.
Yes, that's exactly why Taylor.
You have to join our Patreon and join the Omega level mutant tier to unlock Taylor's
Omega level mutant
glorious tape line. You have to pay. You got to pay for that, ladies. It's not free.
Yeah, subscribe to my OnlyFans.
It would be hilarious if you had OnlyFans.
I mean, this nigga thinks you're playing right now. That's the funny part, Tim.
It would be absolutely hilarious. I would find it
my OnlyFans
amazingly amusing if you had an OnlyFans.
Anyway, I would do the stupidest shit on there too and get money.
Gas is high, bro. Gas is high.
Right? Gas is too goddamn high.
Gas is very high. So, without further ado, let's get into sports.
Things have been happening.
Quarterbacks are moving, baby. So Russell Wilson was traded to Denver from the Seattle Seahawks. That's where he was at, right? Yeah, Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
I think this is a good trade for Denver, but I also think Russell Wilson is kind of washed. So we'll see how this goes.
I mean, they'll be better than they were last year. So I mean,
this is true. This is true. They will definitely be better than they were last year. I still think he's washed, but better than they were last year. It counts for something. So
yeah, pretty much. I mean, listen. At the very least, that counts for a playoff berth. So it's worth it, I guess.
I mean, you think they make the playoffs in this division? This is a division
I said best case scenario. I put a caveat in that. Best case scenario.
Because this is a division with
best case scenario.
The Chargers, the Chiefs, they're gonna beat the Raiders.
Yeah.
Chargers and the Chiefs at least. So we'll see, man. I think it's weird to see that team like hate him, apparently. But it is what it is.
Here's the thing, man. Even like when it's that shit or just regular jobs, I mean, sometimes you wear out your welcome,
Yeah. He is a bit weird. He is a bit strange.
Especially sometimes when you've been at a position on the team for so long. I mean, sometimes your voice just gets drowned out.
Yeah, I was about to say sometimes a coach can lose the locker room. Familiarity breeds contempt, as the old saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Though I don't think Pete Carroll's that good of a coach anymore, but
I mean, look, I just think overall he needed a new environment.
Sometimes you need a culture shift.
Yeah, we'll see. Moving on from that, Aaron Rodgers, got a lot of money. To lose in the playoffs again.
Get that paper.
Losing the playoffs again.
Hey, listen, nigga. Generational wealth.
Get it how you live, man.
Yeah, generational
wealth.
I ain't even mad at the homie. Get that bread, Brody.
Get the paper.
Now that makes their drafting choice last season look real.
Oh, that drafting Jordan Love was dumb as hell. It doesn't make any sense. It never made any sense. It makes even less sense now.
Yeah, you're not wrong, bro. You're not wrong.
That being said, I don't rock with Aaron Rodgers, so he's gonna lose in the playoffs again. So I guess that's cool. You just paid to not get much better. Cool.
Get that paper, and now we move on to Mr. Touchy him goddamn stuff.
Nasty nigga.
Yo.
What's his number? Number 4? Nasty nigga number 4.
That's how you about to introduce this man like that.
So Deshaun Watson.
Touchy McField. Touchy McField.
We just diving straight into slander territory.
I mean, listen. I'm not.
This nigga nasty.
Listen. I'm not gonna get deep into it. I'm just giving nigga a nickname. He's Touchy McField. That's all.
I think that nigga nasty. I think that's a nasty ass nigga.
Nasty.
Allegedly. All right.
Drop that. Ain't no allegedly. Nigga, drop that gift.
God damn it. I'm trying to keep us.
Okay, allegedly.
Trying to keep us legally solvent over here.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Okay, that allegedly
Deshaun
McFeely nasty nigga. I want that shit.
The alleged nasty nigga Deshaun Watson.
That alleged Black Val Venus nigga.
Black Val Venus nigga.
Hello.
Oh man.
You
so
like a hand?
Nasty nigga Deshaun will not face criminal charges. Will not face criminal charges for his. How many women was it? 22 women accusing him of nasty nigga shit.
I just, bro, in this situation, I'm still on the thing like, bro, they have places to do that. Just go there.
They have women that you can pay to do what you were forcing, in some cases, these women to do.
Allegedly.
What's wrong with you? Whatever.
Nigga,
allegedly.
He got enough money to go to the source and get a Japanese massage.
Okay.
22 women.
So what I was thinking.
22 women.
That's a lot going on, man. Like, look. I'm not going to be an apologist for that type of behavior. What I am going to say is this: like, you bring up a good point, Taylor, and that's something that, like, okay, yo, you're a man of enough status, and you have enough resources to where you can very realistically just go, yo, I'm gonna go pay for some services. But the thing for people like that, I guess, is that I don't want it if I'm paying you for it. I want you to want to give it to me because I'm me.
Except none of these women seem to want to do that.
And that's how you end up in the
but Jones, here's the
territory.
Issue, But Jones,
it's very stupid. It's very stupid.
But you can pay the women to do that too. You can pay them to act like
you can pay them to pretend. I know, right? But he'll know it's pretend.
Oh my god!
It's like it's. I'm walking on some very thin ice here.
Listen. No, John. No.
It's all around effed up. He wrong.
You're overthinking it. I just think he's stupid. You're overthinking.
Okay.
I just think he's a nasty ass nigga.
I think it's like some fetish stuff where like I can't pay you to resist. I need real resistance. The real resistance feels different.
I need real resistance.
Yeah, like to him, the real resistance feels different. It gives him a different.
It has to feel real,
right? And that's
nasty nigga Deshaun.
It has to feel
making
real.
light of a very serious situation. If you want to read up on the things that he was alleged of doing,
I need to make it feel real. Y'all like that WWE shit. I like the MMA.
Oh no. Oh no.
Whoa there, bro.
Security. This nigga has lost his composure.
Right.
Security.
So he will not be faced with criminal charges. Now, before we get into the football implications of this, I want people to understand a grand jury deeming you not facing criminal charges does not mean that you did not commit whatever crime you were alleged to commit.
That just means there's a lack of evidence to push forward with a criminal case.
Pretty much.
And a man of his wealth would be stupid not to hire a lawyer good enough to poke holes in all of these stories.
Right.
And to basically make it where he ain't going to jail. All right. So please do not be like, oh, he was telling the truth. Oh, these women were lying. It's a lot for 22 plus women to just come up with very similar stories about him being a nasty ass nigga. It doesn't make any sense for that to occur like that.
But you know what's crazy though? You remember when this shit first came out, and it's like, bro, we were trying so hard to get a nigga, but okay, it's 1. Okay, it's 2. Right. Nigga, it's 15.
Bro. When I heard the first one, I was like, okay, he asked for the trade. He kind of holding the organization hostage. I could see how they, okay, they might be 1. 2, okay. When it started stacking up, when it passed 5, I was like, whoa there.
But let me tell you something. You and Jones, bro. The fact that we were willing to give this nigga 2 is like, that's the height of where our because black goes. We don't go any higher. I can't go any higher.
Once you hit 2, because the circumstances and the time that it got released to the world,
right,
real fishy.
Because it was during when he was demanding his trade. The team had already started trying to paint him in a certain light in the public. It's like it was real convenient that these accusations is dropping. At this time, I read the stories, and my thing was okay. That's 2 stories. It's in this time frame. Once all the trade stuff died down, and stories just kept coming and coming and coming and coming and coming. And I'm like, okay, there's a consistency in these stories where you can argue, okay, that they're copying each other, but it's also like distinct differences where it's like.
I don't think these are all lies.
Yeah. So it's like even if there's 5 lies, one time of assaulting a woman is 1 too goddamn many. So let's get that straight. But let's say we feel like, or we whatever feel like, okay, half those women just jumped in for the clout or for the attention or to try to get a payday. Even if half of them are lying, that still means half are telling the truth.
But again, this is why we always are on like this, and this is why this is a case by case basis. Like this case had to keep unfurling, and then we got the info, and then we made an educated decision that the nigga was nasty, and then we decided on that shit.
Hey man, for real. I mean, we already got into this more serious. We started with this serious conversation, so I guess we'll end it here. My thing with like any of that stuff when it comes to accusations like that is, I hear all stories, I believe all evidence, and a lot of it, I'll just trust my gut. Like sometimes it's like, if you got a history. Particularly if you have a history of like assaulting women, whether it be physically, sexually, whatever, you got much less leeway with me with each additional accusation. I ain't gonna say a name, but like just because you got some text that show somebody wanted it once, don't mean they wanted it that time they were talking about. I was trying not to get in the weeds.
Listen, I know you guys.
I ain't getting no weeds.
Let me tell you something. I know you guys aren't talking about the Prince of R&B like this.
The who of what? The who of what?
Who of R&B?
The Prince of R&B like
keeping us on track. So with him not facing any criminal charges, he's now available to be traded.
I say that Charleston Logator should put in the offer.
He's going to get paid by
this
somebody.
Is the NFL.
I
He's the
know.
NFL. That nigga ain't going to jail, so they don't get.
I mean,
But-
I mean, if you look at the grand scheme of things athletes have done, right? It's talented athletes that are still high performers. Ben Roethlisberger is just accused of straight up. I'm taking it caveman style rape.
Bruh, here's the thing with Jones. You have
until he
people.
retires.
You have people in the Washington Redskins front office who tried to fucking sell these girls as sex
Excuse me,
slaves.
excuse me, sir. Commanders.
Oh, okay.
My bad. My bad.
I'm still going to refer to them
Commanders,
as the Washington racial slurs.
That too.
That's
But like, bro, we got
that
people.
as a name.
We had people
The
involved in
Washington
that
Commanders is a terrible name, by the way.
trying to sell these chicks
is.
off the sex slaves.
Right.
And shit.
Yeah.
They really did try to.
Yo, we need to send
They did.
seven cheerleaders
They did.
to season pass holders. Everybody gets handies. Season pass holders get handies. Box seat owners.
Bro, they
get
tried to
backdoor
sell
ass.
these niggas. They tried to sell these niggas. They tried to sell these niggas to the fucking bunny ranch or some shit. Like, what the hell are y'all doing?
First of all, it's not sell. They were renting their services because they belong.
Okay.
They belong to Big Daddy Chief Pimp-A-Lot.
Big Daddy Pimp-A-Lot.
Big Daddy
Chief Pimp-A-Lot. That was the matter of fact. They should have just kept the logo, put a pimp hat on it, be like the Washington Panderers.
Oh my god, that team's
So,
that whole
Washington.
franchise is a fucking mess.
Yes,
Man,
but what was I saying?
So yeah, where's Deshaun going?
So the teams that have already apparently put in bids, he has a no trade clause, so he's essentially deciding where he's going. The Saints have put in a bid, and the Carolina Panthers have put in a bid. Apparently, also had the Seahawks, and rumor is the Cleveland Browns have put in a bid.
What you mean they're trying to not have the Great White Hope be their quarterback anymore?
You know what sucks for Baker too?
What?
If they hadn't made him the number one pick in that draft, and Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen weren't significantly better than him,
Man,
it wouldn't look as bad.
Baker has moxie, man.
I mean,
it wouldn't look as bad.
Them two niggas now are like creative players, like in comparison to that nigga.
Because if you're Cleveland, like in your division, you got Lamar. I know he had some bad games toward the end of the season before he got hurt, but it's still Lamar Jackson. And then in that same draft, you could have had Josh Allen. And you see that nigga put on one of the best quarterback performances duels ever.
Oh, man, that game was insane.
With Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
And then you look around and you like, nigga, you couldn't even get the ball to Odell.
Like that
Odell
nigga
was wide
looked
fucking open.
that,
you couldn't get the ball
that nigga Allen looked like he belonged in that game. This nigga Baker Mayfield like he need to go play in the fucking XFL or some shit. This nigga's mid
you couldn't even get the
personified.
ball to a wide fucking open Odell.
I'm sure the Rock would be glad to have him, Taylor.
But if they trade, Carolina Panthers, I guess they really want him. I don't know why he would want to come here to Carolina.
I mean, nigga,
I have no idea why he wants to.
He wants to go anywhere that some place would protect him from being a touchy feely monster.
Nigga, Charlotte got a lot of strip clubs and other stuff. He still be a touchy feely monster.
Charlotte got a lot of action. If you want it, you can get it out there.
I said protect him. That's what they're gonna have to do because, like, I mean, as a journalist, you'd be irresponsible not to fuck that shit.
Yeah. So I'm thinking he probably ends up in I'm guessing the Saints.
I honestly think Charlotte has the inside chance on that, but we'll see.
This is all up to him,
right?
So I don't know. And if Cleveland Brown actually put in a bid, I would go to Cleveland.
I don't know.
So
I don't know if you can be black and black and be touchy feely in the South like that. You can black and touchy feely. I don't know, man.
I mean, there's plenty of black places he can make those type of moves in, but all right. Aside from the him being Uncle Fester the molester type shit,
Fester the molester.
Like he's coming from Houston, right? Like that's a big market team that had a good tax setup, great tax setup for athletes.
He needs to go somewhere with a bed that will fucking will shield him from shit, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think Cleveland just from a lifestyle standpoint, I don't think Cleveland has that appeal to a lot of pro athletes because Cleveland is Cleveland, for lack of Better way to
But
put it.
but they also
he wants to get out of Houston.
But they also
wants to get out of Houston and go somewhere that can win.
Right. I said he wants to get out the organization, but I don't think he wants to, whole hog get out of the like hustle and bustle of living in a major city like that.
But I mean, here's the thing: if you go to a major city, aka like a media hub, you're asking for what you're gonna get. They're like them niggas are not going to not.
Oh, here's the thing: he is going to get. I mean, he was in Houston. That's a media.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He is going to get a lot of shit asked him and said about him, and he's going to get all that, and he deserves it, mind you. Yeah. It would be irresponsible for whoever is a journalist to not ask about him.
I'm saying like New York, like New York was the last place his ass needed to go anywhere and do some shit.
Well, I mean, neither one of them New York teams is asking for him. So
I'm just saying, I'm just giving an example, like New York or LA, like those are not places that you need to be on some shit like that. You need to go to fucking some shit like he can't go there. I'm just saying like a Buffalo or a Cleveland or a Pittsburgh, like. Well, they're like, he
ain't going to Pittsburgh. Apparently,
their insane fan base will like insulate you from bullshit, like they did.
I ain't even gonna lie. I think he would have been insulated if he didn't ask for a trade from the Houston. Like, I don't think we would ever heard about this if he didn't ask for a trade.
Oh yeah. Oh no, that shit would have been kept quiet.
Yeah,
but you did what you also did what you did, my boy. So you get what you get. But
nigga, the ownership I would have paid them hoes off.
I think New York actually would, like the media there. That's like 50-50 because
but he ain't going to New York.
I can't see him going there, but like I guess any major outlet, like or any major, big market team.
That's why
the media there's gonna be like Philly. Not that they want him, but like Philly.
Oh no, they do. Apparently, Philly is.
I didn't know they were in the running. Philly fans are rabid, and Philly fans are rabid.
Some Midwestern ass team, he can kind of insulate him from shit like they do their people they really like and shit.
I was gonna say some Chicago, as if there's more than one Chicago team, but like,
right.
I think that'd be a good fit for him. Combination of stuff to do and like. Football reasons.
He was in Houston. If his problem was stuff to do,
right? Like, stop.
It's not.
No.
It's not gonna get better.
Like, all I'm saying is, I don't see him going to like a smaller market team, like, Cleveland. Basically, I don't see like, bro.
I can see him going to Cleveland because it is a ready-made.
Okay, I'm about to say,
like,
I don't think there's ready-made defensively, you think, but
the thing holding Cleveland back is. Their quarterback is ass. Like Baker Mayfield is really, really fucking bad. And they have an excellent defense. They have an excellent defense. They have an excellent run game. And they got guys that would catch the ball if thrown to them accurately.
Yeah.
So, and they have a really good offensive line.
That is fair.
Baker Mayfield is fucking garbage. So, like, it makes it where they don't look as good as they could.
Okay, I guess when I account for the Baker factor, the team on paper is better than I'm giving it credit for.
I just don't think the whole like lifestyle thing is should be as big of a deal right now. Depending on like again the circumstances. Like
I don't think he would be thinking about that. Like at this moment,
he shouldn't.
I don't think anyone around him or himself is thinking, man, I just want a fast-paced lifestyle. You need to avoid it by the skin of your teeth.
You need to go somewhere where you can fucking just go and hide. And then
what is the most remote football team? Where can I go?
The Saskatchewan Sasquatches.
Nigga, if Utah had a football team, his ass would be on that shit.
He'd be like, "Can y'all trade for me? I need to be away from everything for a while."
Well, so we'll see. Take his ass to Seattle. They're looking for QB.
Like nigga, can y'all be? Can y'all make the Utah Utes NFL team? Because goddamn it.
Nigga, that is jail. Like you might as well go ahead and.
Hey man, they had a really good game with Ohio State where a receiver went off for like 400 yards. But
does South Dakota have a team? Can we get something out here?
That would be the only black people in the state.
I did not know South Dakota had a college football team.
Really? You didn't know that?
Division 1?
Division 2. They played North Dakota State all the time. So yeah. So moving on. I think that's it for sports.
Team sounds really, really white.
What? North
I
Dakota
said
State
team.
has a bunch of black people on it.
I'm talking about South Dakota. We were talking about.
Oh no, we hold on. We talked NBA during the pre-show when we were going over show notes. We didn't talk about it on the show though.
What's going on in the NBA right now?
We're getting our first looks at how the Philly Brooklyn trade's been playing out for both teams. What else been going on?
Well, Ben Simmons hasn't played yet. I imagine he plays before the playoffs.
I would hope so.
Yeah, I imagine he plays before the playoffs.
But you don't want to rush his mental health.
That's not fair.
Nigga, life
That's
isn't
not
fair.
That's not fair. Joke about that.
Nigga,
that's not fair.
Life isn't fair.
Nigga, life ain't
That's
fair.
not fair at all.
I mean,
that's cool. I didn't know this nigga could have played a game during this fucking.
He could have, but fuck Philly. After the way, fuck Philly.
Fuck
them niggas.
I think
Ben,
you're
here's the
over
thing.
stressing that point.
You think I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm just saying I'm not gonna fall for either side of defensive bullshit. Like, nigga, you could have played.
Oh no,
fuck Philly.
I'm not falling for that bullshit. What I'm saying is, if a player demands a trade after what happened in the playoffs, and your response is to make it as difficult as possible to trade him,
hey man,
for no real reason,
you get what you get when you make Daryl Morey your GM. So there's what you get.
Yeah. So fuck Philly for being stupid, basically.
Oh, okay.
So that trade, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't watched NBA that much this season. I watch games here or there. I will definitely watch the playoffs.
I cherry pick games. The playoffs is when I come back in hard body because, like, as y'all know, I teach. So them West Coast games, them out the window. Now I gotta catch highlights the next day.
Yeah. I've been like, you know what? These games are on. What's on YouTube? I can't even front. I'm like, what's on YouTube?
I haven't been as tuned in, and maybe it's because the Lakers are terrible this year. But I don't know.
Yo, man, that's no, I mean, I'm a Laker fan. I'm gonna stay 1B1, but right now, it's not been a fun process being a Lakers fan this season.
But hey, LeBron James, 50 points last night. Only player on the team that seems to want to play.
He shouldn't have to drop 50 balls twice in a week.
He shouldn't. He shouldn't.
Yo, he really did. Yo, he really
fraud.
Russell did drop 2 50s in a week. I said from the moment that dude was bought on, this was not going to be good. And people talked to me like I was a psychopath, like I knew nothing.
Fraud.
Like I was crazy.
I said the same thing in the group chat, Jonesy. I said that one of these people is not a smart basketball player, and everybody thought I was crazy. But then you see how he doesn't seem to understand how to play basketball anymore, and it almost is like I was right, and all the rest of these niggas, Taylor, was wrong.
But nigga, you got the wrong one, nigga.
You told me that he was a smart basketball player. And I've said this we can do this. I've said this shit for years. That Russell Westbrook is really fun to watch, but not a smart basketball player. And when he gets with players,
what I said is they could make this work. They didn't.
No, you said what they would.
That's what I did not.
You said
I did not.
I feel like he might be right, Taylor.
No, he's not. But I can go pull my own receipts from this goddamn chat. So,
pull it up. Look, it'll be hard to find because that was like 8 months ago, but it's in the group chat memory still.
I will pull them shits. But anyway,
I quote myself, nigga.
I've maintained this about Russell Westbrook for a while.
Just watching, but again, that's what makes it frustrating. Because like if you watch a full game, he'll do some shit like it. If you just keep doing this thing here, you'll be fine. But you insist on doing this shit.
Right. You get like
because he has never been a smart basketball player. No, ever.
But Ben, that's the annoying thing is that he does things that a smart basketball player does in game. He just doesn't.
But he's not one
on purpose.
Yes,
broke
because
clock,
he's
man.
not a smart basketball player.
It's broke clock syndrome, man.
It's frustrating to watch. Like I just said, he'll do the thing we know he can do, and it's like, hey, here's a jump shot I shouldn't take. What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?
I think I could beat this triple team.
What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?
Also, his athleticism has waned.
Yes,
he just be blowing layups and shit now.
As happens, as time and he's played a lot of basketball in his career. So
what's the weird crazy stat with LeBron this year and shit like is that he's top 5 in the league at like shots at the rim, but like he literally just doesn't get calls anymore.
I mean that's 30, not even like a new thing.
It's not, but like it's just him being this old now and like him being top 5 and getting to the rim and like we're just not gonna like.
I see Bobby responded to me my Westbrook critique in our group chat, and I am right. I've been right. I just stopped talking about it. I stopped talking about it in the chat because niggas
did the chat stop?
Niggas ain't want to hear it.
I got kicked out.
No, it's a chat. It's whatever.
I'll say I had minimal hopes of the Westbrook Lakers marriage working out. I saw people. I didn't want to be that one guy on Twitter when people were having their fun and being like, "Well, actually," I was like, it could. To quote
Again,
Taylor, it could work.
My whole thing was work. You would think that it could work if it all works right. It didn't, and this is the result. It is what it is.
I don't think it ever was going to work because one of them people is not a smart basketball player.
I agree with you there, Ben. But my thing, I guess, the optimism I had was that the other two are so good and so smart. They'll find a way to make him buy.
One of them is so good and so smart. Well, Anthony Davis can't stay healthy.
Well, the other one hasn't played.
Well, that got nothing to do with him being a smart player and having the ability or the respect.
Anthony Davis has a lot of ability. Anthony Davis also doesn't really. He just doesn't seem to. For the amount of ability he has, he doesn't have the. What's the word? The gear. He just don't even.
You're saying he doesn't have that. He doesn't have that Mamba mentality, man.
No, not that. He's not an alpha. No, he's not an alpha basketball player.
We talk about this all the time. Like they don't make insane basketball people like Kobe and LeBron. These niggas are insane basketball.
Oh no. That's not what I'm.
I get what you mean. He's not. He doesn't have that. It's that thing that Magic Johnson was talking about. His rivalry with Larry Bird. He was like, the difference between me and Larry was that with 3 seconds on the clock and being down 3, I look for the best pass. I look for the best play for the team. Larry decides I am the team and we're winning this game because I'm about to win this game.
See, I don't even think it's
that's not what I mean either.
I don't think it's that either.
Because the word I was looking was killer is because you said he's not an alpha basketball player.
He's not like so. Outside of that time in the bubble, I don't
think he taps into the gear that he can tap into as much as he should.
Yeah. Like that, the Anthony Davis that we saw in the bubble isn't the one we see.
We've seen him do it. That's the issue. We've seen him do that shit.
It's an intangible factor that it's not his natural state. He has the ability. He has the ability to do it. But it's not. It's not his soft. He's got the hardware, but it's not his software that he's.
But also at the same time, he hasn't been healthy since the bubble really. That too. Like
which is also a problem. Like
yes, it is.
These niggas won a championship, and then what felt like 4 weeks later, we're playing basketball again.
That being said, they won a championship. So, I know people like to call it the bubble ring, but you would have only called it the bubble ring if the Lakers won. You literally would not have called it the bubble ring if anybody else won.
If the Heat or the Nuggets won, it'd be, oh my God, it's one of the greatest accomplishments. Yeah, all right, cool.
Yeah. Throughout the terrors of the pandemic.
Exactly.
We know what time it is. It's because the Lakers, and one particular Laker, won that ring. It doesn't count now because things LeBron does don't count.
It's just like this, like the niggas should be having to lead the NBA in scoring and average 30 a game and do all this shit.
But it's really cool to see him lead the league in scoring. Damn, Shaw said AD has a low motor. He kind of does sometimes. So moving on. Probably for me the NBA MVP is Ja Morant, but Ja been balling. I have been catching some Memphis games. Every one of them I've seen. Ja is him. South Carolina stand up.
Yeah, Ja or Joel are probably the MVP.
Oh,
All right,
also,
so
Luca, stop being fat and stop whining during game.
he's not fat anymore. So he played his way into shape because Luca doesn't work out at all during the offseason, apparently.
No, he doesn't.
Played his way back into shape.
No, he does not.
Every year, that first month is like Luca got a double chin. Every year, the first month is Luca got a double chin. And like he could sort of get away with it because his game is not explosion at all. Like that is not he is athletic in the sense that he's 6'8" something.
Yeah.
But he is not actually athletic in the way that he's like blowing past people.
No.
But he gets you on that hip, ain't shit you can do with Luke. Like
that's it.
You get sat on his hip, ain't shit you can do with Luke.
The
Suns might be the best team in the West right now.
Nigga might need.
I would not disagree with that assessment.
He might need to leave the Mavs here in a minute, but yeah,
he should have probably been up.
I don't think he's going to leave the Mavs.
I do. If they don't get him somebody else that can do anything.
When is his next contract up?
I think he just signed an extension.
About to say, yeah, I know he's got some.
But that also doesn't mean anything in here.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, true. He can demand a trade or whatever. So,
yeah. So we'll see. They still trying to build the third Reich.
They just need they just need a third Reich. I'm about to say they just need another guy to like help take some of the load off.
Another white guy from
that's
Europe.
That's not true, Ben. That's not true, Ben. They traded for Spencer Dinwiddie. Oh, he's not even that.
Another guy of any race to come in.
They did. They traded Porzingis, right?
Preferably a beautiful blonde, blue-eyed Aryan.
Where'd they send him?
No, wait. I don't think. Did they trade him?
Porzingis is gone. I'm trying to remember where he's at.
Yeah, they traded Porzingis.
Let me Google that.
Washington.
Maybe.
Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah, I think it's Washington, isn't
it? Yeah, Washington. What a scrub.
That guy's had a fucking career.
Scrub.
He's had a career.
What a scrub.
Remember
also someone who might have raped somebody. Also someone who might have raped
somebody. Yeah, that is right.
Don't talk about that.
We can't we can't talk sports without getting into some rapey shit.
Spencer Dinwiddie is not good, man. He's not a good basketball player.
So moving on. Let's get into some nerd shit. So me and Jonesy saw the Batman. Taylor didn't, so we will be doing a spoiler-free review of the Batman.
Just our general feelings on it.
General feelings, general thoughts, general vibes. So I really like this. This is the darkest Batman movie I think we've gotten. The most
aesthetically,
desolate is maybe the wrong word, but
the darkest thing I'm trying to say is it darkest in a tone or because like
tone wise, I think it was the darkest one because we've never had a villain that was a straight up serial killer. Like his whole thing is I'm a serial killer.
Except we had Joker.
Yeah, but like I mean like
terrorist, like murdered
like
a lot
this
of people.
Type of serial killer.
Okay.
Like the Joker was a terrorist, but like comic movie terrorism. You know what I'm saying? He was committing terrorism, but like it was still sort of not fantastical, but
he wasn't in the movie committing like fucking like Al Qaeda acts of terrorism and shit. Like he was doing like comic book.
I get what you're saying.
He was committing acts of terrorism.
It was still elevated reality. This take on the Riddler is very much somebody can just go out and do this.
Like the Zodiac killer did very much exist.
Right.
This take on the Riddler until what happens in the third act is all something that is very grounded.
Actually, the third act is pretty grounded too.
Yes and no.
I mean,
without getting into it, yes
right.
And no.
I get why you're saying the no, but like the way those events are set up and the way that damn, it's hard to do this without spoilers. But what I'm saying, Ben, is like people get radicalized every day by mavens and self-made thought leaders.
That part is realistic.
That's what I'm.
What they end up doing.
Yeah. Oh no.
Sort of not really. Could it happen? Yes.
Yes.
Would that happen?
Like but I don't know if that wouldn't. because we
without
grew up in
spoiling.
the 90s. Even if I reference like certain actions from I don't think I'll give too much away. We've already
You're gonna end up spoiling.
Okay, you think so? Because I was going to reference like a certain person from the 90s who had a community that went head up with the feds, and you would think
if you guys spoil this movie,
I'm not going to spoil anything.
I'm going to post some really long comment in the comment section.
Oh no, he's going to give us a thumbs down.
No,
we're going to get ratioed.
We're going to get ratioed. I'm going to ratio to hell. Ratio. Get this ratio.
No.
All those sweet advertising dollars we don't have. By the way, we are for sale. We are ready to be paid AEW shills. Tony Khan, hit us up.
Right.
We can rehab your image with the black community.
I will shield my life away.
Shilly.
Cut the check.
But yeah.
Oh my god.
Really like the movie. One thing, without spoiling anything, because Taylor knows this because of what time period of the Batman this takes place.
Mm-hmm.
I will say the criticism of this movie that because this ain't spoiling nothing.
No.
That we're not getting enough Bruce. If you watch, this is so early in the Batman that, that makes total sense.
It's also a trilogy.
But this is so early in his crusade.
He's only been Batman for 2 years. If you have any, go ahead.
And the way he is in the movie, that you got this from the trailer, so I'm not spoiling it. The way this Bruce is in the movie, he is not mentally wired to be Bruce Wayne. Like that is not where his head is at all.
He's not wired to be billion-dollar playboy Bruce Wayne and like play that game and shit. Yeah,
he is not.
He's out. He's out. He's out to beat niggas to death. He ain't really.
Right. He is not wired at all to be. The double life thing is not something.
Nigga, he's
worried about at all.
Him right now. He is vengeance, as he will tell us in this movie. He is vengeance.
Yeah, like
that's one of my critiques. That was kind of goofy. I know.
I got tired of seeing that name. Or
like,
that
they were straight up calling him vengeance at points in this movie. I'm like,
I mean, the Nolan movies had shit like that where there were certain motifs that he kept hitting us over the head with, like all the dog conversations and dog speeches in Dark Knight. Return, I don't know. In Dark Knight, I'm like, all right, man, I get it. The movie is built around the nature of canines and whatever. Like, damn, nigga, chill. But anyway,
film.
There's not enough. There's barely Bruce Wayne in this movie. No, there's not going to be. This movie is like very much. I guess if I had to pick a single Batman story that's core, that the core theme of that story, because it takes various elements from a lot of different stories. But if you've ever read Batman Ego by Darwin Cook, and I didn't catch it, I was trying to think of the other one when you and I were talking about it. We were watching AW pay-per-view. Yeah, Earth One. We name checked that one, but there was another one we couldn't remember the name. But
Batman Earth One.
It was Earth One, Long Halloween, a little bit of Dark Victory, Zero Year, Year One. There's also some Year Two in this.
Yeah, it's some Year One in this. It's Year Two.
I hate that story, but they picked the good parts out of it. A lot of Year Zero.
Earth One.
You said Earth One. And Batman Ego.
And Long Halloween. They're all all that influences.
They took the elements. I like how they took the different elements of those interpretations of Batman, and they like made a cohesive story out of it. But
plus one of the things I love about Batman is when the nigga is solving crimes and beating the shit out of people, and he's doing that in this movie. That's my two favorite things Batman does. This was my favorite live action Batman movie. My favorite one is always going to be Mask of the Phantasm. I think that's the best one. But my favorite like live action Batman movie, like overall movie, was this one because Batman has never been a detective on film until this point.
Bingo.
And Batman still, like, the thing I liked about Batfleck was that he was an efficient fighting machine.
Yeah.
This and
that is still the best.
That Batman still had the best on-screen. The best on-screen Batman fights was that. This kind of had it's the fight choreography is very much inspired by Batfleck minus the active killing people thing that Batfleck
actively
is doing.
murdering multiple.
Yeah, I mean, that man shot a dude in the head point blank, and then like.
But the thing, just from what I've seen, like this choreography is to be honest, it's as brutal as it needs to be to tell.
Exactly, it is. Yeah, it is. It's not over the top to me. This Batman is not. He's not finessed. Like there's certain scenes where he's doing Batman things, but he hasn't mastered them yet. And that's probably gonna be your only moments of comedy where he's like doing something that you would normally expect Batman in the comic to do, like as a peak human. And him, like this Batman has not mastered the art of parkour. He doesn't go to the trampoline park to practice his triple Sal Cal body control.
You gotta move my car. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No, you good, man. He's just like this Batman he's been trained to fight efficiently, but it's not pretty. Like this Batman probably did not he didn't go to the ninja school from the animated series. I'll put it that way.
There's not that many fights in it either. There's not that many fights in this.
Yeah, but I mean,
I think there's only 3.
No, it might be only. Yeah, you might be right. There might only be like. Hold on,
because this is more of a
There's like 4 or 5. There's like 4 or 5.
You got niggas out here mad. The fucking the best detective in the world is finding clues in the movie and shit. Like nigga, y'all will be alright. There's enough action in this movie for y'all. Like, calm the fuck down.
I mean,
I will say that anyone who was like, "Why is this movie so depressing?" or "Why is this movie so dark?" or "Why is this movie not kid friendly?" and to all those people, I say, I don't give a fuck about your kids. Like,
pretty much,
like your kids have Batman the Brave and the Bold or whatever. If you want to have them watch Batman, this isn't the Batman for your.
There are multiple cartoons they can watch.
Like my son is. Plus, my son. Let me give you honest. He wouldn't give a fuck about this Batman movie. This be boring as shit to him.
Yeah. They don't have to. But
I took my 7-year-old and he was terrified of the Riddler. So like.
Job is good.
Mission accomplished.
He shouldn't be laughing and joking like wanting to be the Joker and shit. He shouldn't be that shit. Like some of you guys out here.
Yeah, so I would just say that I enjoyed the movie. I think we did a pretty good review without spoiling anything.
Hey, look. If he thinks that's too violent, then like tell him what Pokemon really is.
What, like
those two animals murdering each other for our enjoyment?
Yes, slavery. I will say that I do have critiques. I think towards the middle, it kind of meandered just a bit. Nothing that like offended me or anything like that. Just towards the middle, it got kind of slow. I won't say it was too long, but they could have cut some time. That's all I'll say. Outside of that, man,
you're exactly the kind of fan that the genius Scorsese was talking about. You don't respect film.
Cinema. He doesn't respect
cinema.
Look, man, the movie was 3-ish hours long. I'm not even saying it was bad. I'm not even saying that it was unenjoyable.
That was my criticism too.
There was some very dramatic ass shots that I was like, all right, y'all could have cut like a minute off this.
I like the scenic shots, but like you need, like, to me, the middle, there's 20 or 30 minutes in like the middle before the climax moves in that I really don't need. Like, I appreciate what they were doing there, but I didn't.
Hey, you know what?
I personally didn't.
I've heard that part in the movie described thusly, and I want to see if y'all like agree with this shit. That part in the movie, it was like being on a scenic drive to an empty parking lot.
Yes. There are. It's only a small chunk, but it is a 30 to 45 because there's something that happens. There's a gap. And
it's a beautiful scenic drive to a parking lot that we didn't know what we're doing that now. Because
without spoiling anything, there's a set piece. You only know what happened. There's a set piece. And then there's a clue found. Something happens. And then before that is resolved, there's like nothing that happens. It's 30 minutes
of nothing.
Of conversations that you don't actually need to.
I didn't need that.
And I'm gonna rewatch it just to like make sure like I wasn't just like tired from being a dad and shit. But like
there's at least one conversation in there. I didn't need him to get justification for that part of the movie by talking to that person. I didn't need any of that part of the story. I know
the exact part you're talking about.
That story arc was unnecessary.
And those two as actors kill it, but I still don't. I assume we talk about a conversation that Pattinson has with John Turturro.
Yes, didn't need that conversation.
I mean,
that conversation was unnecessary as hell. Didn't need it.
Great. I see why they kept it because
thanks for the spoiler.
You don't know what they were even talking about.
You know he's in the movie, nigga. You seen the casting.
Yeah, you know who he is.
You're telling me the exact scene. You're telling me the exact scene, and now I'm gonna look out for it.
No, I didn't. They speak to each other multiple times in this movie. You don't know shit.
I gave him expectations now.
Right, exactly.
But
their acting is great, but I completely
necessary.
Like
it's comes after it.
It's self-indulgent. It's super self-indulgent.
What I'm asking you is, Jones, is that when does Mephisto come in here and fight back?
So Mephisto is definitely confirmed in this movie.
It's Catwoman. Catwoman.
Oh shit!
Definitely. I mean,
so they made the black woman. They made the black woman Mephisto.
She is a saucy negress. We should have all known.
Saucy negress.
She's a saucy uppity negress.
I will also say this. Zoe.
Oh my god.
Kravitz.
Nigga, look.
Yep. I heard.
On, let me just have this conversation properly first. Yeah, take that off.
Nigga.
So
she showed up on screen. It was like, oh shit. Okay.
All right, nigga, don't be fucking moaning and growling this goddamn.
Who's moaning and growling?
This nigga Jonesy.
Oh Lord.
On site.
Sir.
Miss Kravitz, if you're nasty. That's how you like being called that. How you like being called that?
This nigga here moaning and shit.
This nigga moaning and groaning and shit.
Zoe, look at me.
Oh God,
nigga, who are you talking to? There's two niggas.
I'm talking to Zoe Kravitz, nigga. Y'all mind your business over there.
He's having two different conversations.
This is a whole different podcast I'm doing over here now, baby. I'm shooting my shot. Nigga.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, risking it all live on the internet.
Zoe Kravitz is
oh my god,
never gonna hear this.
Hey, bro, don't you speak that evil?
Yeah, she did a really good job.
You gotta manifest it. You gotta manifest it, man.
She did a really good job as Catwoman.
Yeah, she was dope.
Yeah,
she was really.
Yeah, I like her
portrayal. But yeah,
I like
that middle section, Taylor. That middle section is like one of those Bendis comics where half the issue is just literally like, yo, let's just have Cap and Tony talk, and I'm gonna do slight
exposition.
We're gonna have slight variations of their faces changing for 30 pages.
But you know what though? I feel you, but listen, just thank God it wasn't like the end of Bendis' X-Men run, where like he just pulled some shit out of his asshole. I'm gonna go back in time.
Nothing in this movie is pulled out the ass. I'm just saying that there's two conversations that happened back to back. Mm-hmm. One of them didn't need to happen to do the other one. And the other one still would have had the same emotional impact.
You just hate dialogue because you're uncultured movie watcher.
One of them is totally unnecessary.
I get why it happened. And again, they act their ass off in that scene, and it gives context. It gives context to Bruce, and I get it. But like you said, the follow-up conversation pretty much handled the same ground from and I get thematically why they did it because it was okay.
It was to give context, but it's just like
at this point, I just need to see the movie. Let's move on.
Right. Okay.
Now I will say I did find Emo Bruce to be hilarious.
I get what they were doing thematically with that. Is all I'm saying. It was like two sides of the same coin type of conversation. Like you got to. I guess they wanted to have one conversation to offset the other, and vice versa. But anyway, yeah.
So without spoiling anything, that was our non-spoiler review. I think we did a pretty good job. We didn't spoil anything.
I'll give it a. I mean, I ain't gonna put a number on it. All I'm gonna say is this my favorite live action Batman movie.
It is my favorite live action Batman movie.
When I say best, that's still Dark Knight
is a better movie.
Better movie, yeah.
But this is a better
Batman movie. Yeah, that's how I rank it in my head too.
Yes.
So Obi-Wan trailer.
I didn't even put that in the
hold on. 1 second. 1 second. Ben, did you see this? Or did you see the reaction to this? Colin Kaepernick Instagram post
about him wanting to play in NFL still.
Yeah.
Of course.
So
probably give that up. That was his lifelong dream.
I mean, no. Here's the thing: if you read it,
not to you, to those weird people in the comments.
No, I'm just saying. But if you read it, like he just misses throwing the ball to actual receiver. Like he just missed throwing the football. He's not saying NFL, please take me back.
Oh well, I mean they're never going to.
And like black folks from the comments, like, well, nigga, you know, calling him all kinds of coons and shit like that. But whatever.
That's what I meant by the people in the comments. That's the stupidest. All right, so when you go to your job, where on some corporate level they're funding some level of some practical anti-blackness, go.
Sir, Go
quit your shift. Go quit your shift at Walmart, Shaniqua, right. Loudmouth motherfucker. You two don't work like. Quit your
work somewhere
job at fuck out of here, goofy ass.
That makes alcohol.
What did Shaniqua do to deserve it?
Damn, you know a Shaniqua personally? Anyway, Don Travis can eat my ass as well. Oh, you attack black women? Oh, fuck all you niggas with a hardy arm.
On Obi-Wan trailer, looks dope. We got the Grand.
No, sorry, no. I'm done doing this now. I'm in that mood now. I'm real Joe Budden right now.
Oh shit!
Mutant.
Oh no,
niggas. Bro, it's just wild to me the level of hypocrisy. We talk about this a lot privately. Y'all niggas want everybody in the world to make sacrifices. You too cowardly to make even for a day. You scared to miss a day of pay, but you want people to take their whole life and suffer for the community.
Yep.
Yes.
You stupid sons of bitches.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, he ain't wrong.
No death by sickness, Taylor. I just scrolled through Twitter. Death by sickness, sorry.
Oh, say what? What?
I said death by sickness.
Yep, death by sickness.
It was the first thing that showed up on my my shit. Anyway, moving on.
You need to curate your Twitter to be less horny, sir. You're a father now.
For the most part, it is. I just saw.
I'm a father now. He said I'm a father.
I just saw this nigga liking posts. I can see what post Taylor likes. Anyway, moving on.
I mean, nigga, I assume we all follow porn stars of some sort.
What?
I watch for the cinematography. I watch for the cinematography in the story.
I mean, of course.
Yes, that's why you watch. Anyway, so the Obi-Wan trailer. Yeah, it looks cool.
Reaper has great production values. Damn it.
Questions about timelines?
I haven't seen the full trailer actually.
It's very short.
The trailer looks good. I
watched Double Toasted discuss the trailer, and they showed parts of the trailer, and I was like, "Oh, cool, the Inquisitors. That's cool. Okay, I care about that."
Inquisitors in it.
It looks cool, bro.
Looks like we're away from Tattoo. Oh, okay.
No, still on Tatooine the whole time.
There we go. Going to Tatooine,
and apparently Hayden Christensen is in this.
Yeah,
somehow.
Yeah. I'm cool with that.
The only way that works is if
he's probably going to be Vader under the suit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense timeline wise.
Yeah.
If that is the case, I want to see horror movie Vader again.
Yes, he's going to be.
I want that Vader because this will be young Vader
from the end of fucking Rogue One.
This will be somewhat young Vader still.
Yeah, the guy who's fresh off killing all those children. That guy.
Yes.
I want full child murderer Annie.
Yep.
Oh, I love that. Like remember that meme I posted where someone was like, "Oh, Vader has just been understood." No, Vader is not. Vader is evil.
No, he's like, a genocidal child murdering maniac.
Died, sir. You killed a lot of people. Vader has killed.
You killed her.
A lot of people.
You killed her. You broke her heart, which is a stupid way to die, but whatever.
It's a very dumb way to die.
Apparently Natalie Portman is half tokenish elf, so apparently that's how that works.
Died of heartbreak. But yeah. So I need that Vader. I need like horrifying monster Vader. So when he shows up, it's scary. Even though it wouldn't make sense for him to show up because he wouldn't be aware of Obi-Wan being there because he thought he was dead. If everyone remembers,
he can have a hunch. He probably still has some business on Tatooine.
No. Obi-Wan is dead. he in A New Hope, when he sees Obi-Wan, he's like, I thought you were dead.
We're dead, right? Because we thought we got you. So this can show why he thinks he's dead. They can have some type of encounter where, I mean, look, I don't know if the comics are canon, so I don't know if they did anything with them facing off again. They never explain why he thinks he's dead. This could tell us why he thinks he's dead. They've never done it on film. I'll say it that way.
But there would be no reason for him to come to Tatooine because he doesn't know Luke is there.
Hey man, they had a lead on a Jedi being on Tatooine. He knows that Obi-Wan knows that his family's back there, or that's where he's from. Look, it's not my job to write the script. Obi-Wan was there. The rumor could be that Obi-Wan is hiding on Tatooine. He goes there. They have some encounter. Obi-Wan.
Also, Uncle Ben is not actually Anakin's brother, if I remember correctly. They're not actually related.
They have they have a biological mother. They share a biological mother, and
okay.
He was conceived through the Force. And Anakin is a space Jesus baby. He's a magic Jesus midichlorian baby
who goes insane and kills planets.
Well, that's what happens when you don't have a black father in the home, Ben. Okay, so
yes,
there you go.
Black daddies.
If you have single women raising powerful space,
like I said, man, it looks really cool.
Men, I guess.
Like, I'm tired of this entire time period.
Oh, we still got at least 2 more series in this time period.
Ahsoka series.
Like, well, I watched the Ahsoka stuff because that's like so. That's not on fucking Tatooine. Like, I don't even care about the time period. Tell other people's stories from around that time. Get the fuck off of this dust ball.
Look, I agree with you. I'm just saying this over, like they're up, even beyond these shows, their obsession with this time period just drains me.
Because it's easy.
There are other things in Star Wars that you can fucking do.
Why do that when we can just
the Mandalorian is really, really good, but there's so many of this time period I can take it one time.
Even Dune.
Well, at least in the Mandalorian, you're not directly dealing with characters most of the time you know.
Right.
So, or that are very prominent. So, it's worst enough that it doesn't.
The Ahsoka thing is cool because again, like we haven't seen her a bunch on screen, so like I'm fine with that being a thing. But
and the Ezra stuff,
we're
getting the Ezra stuff.
But can we do other time periods? Fuck, god damn it, Kathleen, come on now.
Hopefully,
look.
I mean, they're doing the High Republic stuff, so
Dune.
Maybe the next movie is High Republic.
Even fucking Dune leaves Arrakis at points. All I ask is get out the fucking desert for at least one series. Just
pretty much.
No, Ahsoka's not gonna count. I'm not giving you that gimme. Yeah, Mandalorian went places and then it didn't. And then it didn't.
He spent a lot of time on Tatooine for some reason.
It was a video game. It was like, all right, now let's go to the ice planet. Now let's go to the water planet. And we're back on Tatooine. Like, no, I don't want to be here.
Boba Fett. And we go to Coruscant. This whole thing is taking place on Tatooine.
Oh my god!
There's a whole galaxy out there, my nigga. A whole galaxy you could have just like got
Jones,
your shit back and done other things.
It's easy, and fans can place this place and have nostalgia and all that good shit.
Fuck them.
I agree.
Very.
They're gonna find something. They're gonna find something to hate about it anyway. Forget trying to make these niggas happy.
Exactly. Which they should.
Because we were going to get Finn as a Jedi, and then they let fans like scare them off that. So.
Yes, they did.
Anyway, so moving right along, we had AEW Revolution. Very good.
You're never going to talk about Elden Ring, man.
Hey,
don't play that game no more. I love myself.
You listen here, man. You listen here, goddammit. It's Mania season. Damn it.
I don't give a fuck about Mania, nigga.
The Mania season.
Well, buddy, good thing I'm here. Paid WWE Shield, Rick James Jr. III here, highlighting you with all the hot new Mania news.
Listen to me and listen to me closely. I will not. Oh, Taylor just hung up. Oh God.
This is what you get for being racist against Vince McMahon.
I will not. I repeat, not be ever watching that shit. I don't know what happened to Taylor.
Kanye and the reptilians kidnapped him, man. Kanye got tired of being slandered by him. I just saw
the reptilians. And the reptilians. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into AEW
Revolution, AEW's first pay-per-view of the year. I'm gonna pull up the match order right here so we can talk about it match by match.
Yeah.
Overall, really dope pay-per-view.
I'd say agree.
Yeah. Yeah. I could see great.
But you got the match list over there, so we'll go through it.
Yep, I'm getting the match list or the results.
Star Wars fans took me out, man. It took me out.
They took you out,
man.
Took me out, man.
It wasn't Kanye and the Dagons.
Oh shit!
And the Dagons, nigga,
because you know you're a gay fish.
Oh god!
It wasn't Kanye and the other Israelites.
No, it's Kanye and the Dagons, man. He's the children of the dwellers in the deep.
Not the gay fish shit.
The Dagons.
He's a Dagon. He's a motherfucking gay fish, bro. He told us.
He's a gay fish.
Anyway, so AEW Revolution. So I guess we start with the buy-in. Because the buy-in was pretty good. So the first match on the card was Layla Hirsch versus Chris Statlander. Pretty dope match. Went back and watched it. If you haven't got a chance to watch the buy-in, watch the buy-in. Unlike WWE, the pre-show matters. Yeah. The Layla
you don't want to see Ricochet doing a flippy dippy doo doo shit on the pre-show?
Layla Hirsch versus Chris Statlander was a pretty decent match. I thought the match was cool. Layla Hirsch winning, setting up the match she had with Thunder Rosa. Not a huge fan of killing the number one contender on a belt change. That probably should have happened here, but we'll probably get like some variation of that, her getting another shot. So it's not the end of the world. Johnny, your camera went off.
That guy's got it.
Yeah, you probably tried to. So yeah. Any thoughts on that match? Or
I thought it was a good match. Like I said, I thought it was a good match. Like the pre-show was fun. Like the pre-show did what it was supposed to do. What a thought. Shit.
Yeah, made you want to buy it. The second match on the pre-show, Hook versus QT Marshall. QT Marshall, very good at being the heel you want to see get beat up. That's what he's there to do.
He got murked.
Yeah, very dope match. Nice little callback to Shane Douglas versus Taz and an ECW in this match. So that was dope. Yeah, I think they have something with Hook, man. I think eventually Team Taz is gonna break up, and I think Hook's gonna take the FTW title off of Ricky, giving him something to do.
Because like he can't be a heel.
He sort of is.
He's an arrogant tweener.
I guess
because they're not going to boo him is what I mean. They're not going to boo Hook. It's not happening.
No. He'd have to. I don't know how you manufacture the heat to.
He'd have to like jump somebody like Hangman or some shit for the crowd to actually boo him or some shit.
Yeah, or be the one that turns on Ricky.
This is true.
Instead of Ricky turning on him, him and Taz be the ones that turn on Ricky and Hobbs, because it had to be Ricky and Hobbs. Because I think Ricky and Hobbs are probably going to be a duo for a while. Just Ricky with Hobbs as his heater is just really
money. Yeah.
Like they don't even need Team Taz per se. We'll get to that a little bit later, but I think Ricky and Hobbs don't really need the Team Taz role. But we'll get to that later. House of Black versus Death Triangle.
You've also seen him less and less if you pay attention.
Who, Hook?
What?
No, Taz. You've also seen him less and less if you pay to their appearances on TV. He's not like around. Yeah, like, he's not like around.
Yeah, he's not with Ricky and Hobbs most of the time.
So. He does his job on commentary.
But also I think they're positioning Ricky and Hobbs to be separate from the rest of the team. But
well, I don't know about separate so much as they're trusting him they're trusting Ricky to do the talking.
Yeah.
And if
I don't think. I just think that those two are going to outgrow.
I mean, here's the they're going to naturally not be in a Team Taz situation anymore. Just from like it's going to be their time. They're not going to always be in Team Taz and shit. That's just going to not be a thing here in a little bit.
Right.
We'll see.
Hook is House of Black versus own. They'll be on their own. Like all three of them are going to go do separate stuff. But
I don't know about Ricky and Hobbs and stuff because Hobbs as his heater is just money. So we'll see.
But eventually, there's going to be that urge to want to see Hobbs go. You want a specimen like Hobbs standing on his own at some point.
Yeah. Anyway. Moving on, the House of Black versus Death Triangle with Eric Redbeard. It was a pretty good match. It was really fun.
It was a good 6-man. It was just all. It was a nice all action match.
Yeah,
there was also some good storytelling that was built upon the feud thus far happening there. Brody King and Redbeard just doing big.
Doing big man beefy shit.
Just doing big beefy man beef stuff. Just slapping beef. Beef juice everywhere.
That was weird sounding. This was a fun match. This was a good time. This was a good way to get into the buy-in. The end of buy-in. First match we have Chris Jericho versus Eddie Kingston. This was an excellent match.
A lot of falling on necks and a lot of goddamn.
Yes, Eddie Kingston started that shit off with a half and half suplex that landed directly on Chris Jericho's neck.
They went full All Japan on that match.
They really did,
because Jericho gave him the highest of angled Germans.
He did.
Yes, Eddie niggas was like, "Yo, we're landing on necks tonight.
Next,
let's go."
Damn it.
Jericho was laying in chops to the injured eye. Like I saw some of the replays that they showed on Dynamite, because I was like, in action, I was just kind of just watching the match. Yeah. And the camera angles weren't that close in to some of those spots, but like when you actually see where they were like, oh, like y'all are both laying chops into each other's neck, like y'all are actually aiming on the eye. Y'all are
this was in
y'all
All
like
Japan.
We are dead fucking serious.
90s All Japan.
Yeah, like they really went for it. Jericho went back to Lionheart mode for that match. I was like, yo. Like,
it was a good time.
When Jericho came back with that high angle German, I was like, oh, you're
doing
Jericho.
This now. Yeah, right.
You're Japanese Jericho. Okay.
Yeah. Eddie Kingston winning. I forgot what the stretch bomb. He won with a stretch bomb.
Yeah, stretch bomb.
I didn't even know was his finisher. Or
it's not it's not his finisher. It's
something he does.
It was what they went for the story of the match, because he worked Jericho's neck the whole match.
Yeah.
So it was cool seeing him win with a stretch palm. Set up the heel turn that Chris Jericho had on Dynamite, creating the Jericho Appreciation Society. Which, if people hate that name,
you're supposed to.
You're supposed to.
The name is stupid as shit.
Good.
On
you're
purpose.
Being worked. It's
Thank
okay.
You, right? You're being worked.
It's okay to be worked sometimes, guys. We it's not our jobs to outthink the show to prove how smart we are.
He didn't call it the Inner Circle 2.0
spreadsheet,
because you might like that name.
Exactly.
Yes. Like that is 100% why he called it the Jericho Appreciation Society. Like he is like, this
Inner
name is
Circle,
terrible.
Yes,
I'm going to name it something terrible.
I'm going to be obnoxious.
Exactly.
Right.
So yeah. So next we had AEW Tag Team Championship match. Jurassic Express versus Red Dragon versus Young Bucks.
This was fire.
This was a really good
match was great.
Yeah, match was really good. Everyone hit their shit. It furthered the ever-growing divide between Red Dragon and the Young Bucks.
And another great title defense on the resume of Jurassic Express. Who I like what AEW has been doing with the I don't want to say secondary titles, with the tag belt and the TNT championships, where especially since they put them on their homegrown guys and their younger guys, where it's like you're gonna get your defenses in. Like you're not gonna be idle champions. Which I guess when we get to the world title, we'll talk about that whole how AEW. I guess we can say that to the end with the way AEW fandom reacts to title reigns. Like but that's neither here nor there. They're really having a banger, championship run. Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. Great.
Jungle Boy showed out. When it's time, he will be the new best bout machine. I think that's the guy who's going to take the best bout machine title. Like that dude, Jungle Boy is
like when he that boy good. When he puts it all together,
I think
Hangman put it all together, man.
Well, you said next. I think Hangman is their guy.
Next guy. I mean, the next guy. I'm not saying.
I got you.
Yeah. Or or next up, like not directly the next guy. But
Kenny's still alive, so he's gonna come back and be Kenny still.
I said the next guy.
I know. I was thinking out loud, like there's gonna be somebody to come. Well, then Kenny Omega is gonna come back, and he's gonna be Kenny Omega, and the Kenny Omega that came back to being Kenny Omega was a broken Kenny Omega. We got a year and a half of a broke down Kenny Omega doing all of that he was doing.
Best mount machine, baby. Next match, we got the Face of Revolution ladder match, which I kind of figured where they were going with this, which is going to further another story that we'll talk about a little bit later. But Keith Lee versus Orange Cassidy versus Powerhouse Hobbs versus Ricky Starks versus Wardlow versus Christian Cage.
I thought this was a really good booked ladder match.
Orange Cassidy get well soon.
Yep. This was a really dope ladder match, man. Not one of the best or anything like that, but it was fun to see the big guys slapping, bumping like
doing
crazy.
Big man spots.
Yep. Like the
I like the I did. Go ahead.
Oh, Powerhouse and Wardlow tearing the ladder apart.
I was gonna say like I like. Have I seen that spot before?
I have never.
I don't think I've ever seen that spot.
You rarely get two guys that size. The only time there's been more than one guy that size in a ladder match that I've seen in mainstream wrestling was the NXT North American ladder match, which had Killian Dane and
Jonah.
No, not Jonah. Killian Dane and the weird dude, Lars Sullivan.
Yeah.
Oh, the
weird dude.
Yeah,
the racist homophobe.
Yeah, that guy. And they didn't even do like I'm surprised they didn't do that spot because they were both, built up as huge monsters. And WWE likes to use those wooden ladders, which I get safety. It's better to get a splinter than to get, fucking kidney sliced open with aluminum.
Right.
but that ladder match was fire. I also love Wardlow working smarter, not harder, the whole match.
The whole match, bro.
That Orange Cassidy spot. Also, yes, that Orange Cassidy spot was like great, where he like jumped on top of the ladder. It was like, thank you.
Bro, Wardlow was like, nah.
I'm just gonna nudge it slightly forward and crotch you.
He's got fantastic reactions and shit, just like facial expressions and shit.
Yeah, the powerbomb spot to Ricky from Wardlow. It's really dope.
That one had me a little worried, but yeah.
Well, if you see it in slow motion, because I saw it in slow motion, Ricky was protecting himself from the jump.
He protected his neck,
and Wardlow actually protected him.
Same way Eddie Kingston on Dynamite
tossed him. He kind of just as gently as he could.
He let him fall off his shoulders.
He broke his fall.
He gave him a Sid power bomb. He didn't give him a Vader bomb.
He didn't give him a Kevin Nash.
He let him fall. It was like
he didn't give him whatever he's gonna give fucking MJF in a couple of weeks here.
Yeah. So Wardlow wins. Like I said, this plays into another story. I need the part of Twitter that is in bad faith.
They're not going to, Ben.
Wardlow is not.
Just stop talking to
not winning next week.
Ben, I don't even know why you're addressing it.
This is the most projected. He clearly isn't winning next week. Title thing
Ben, the African Methodist Church of Bad Faith is not going to. Excuse me, the African Methodist Episcopal Church of Bad Faith takes is not going to let up. This is what they have to. If they can't acknowledge that their God is dead.
He's not winning next week, guys.
Like bro, like if MJ,
he has to win because Tony Khan has to be racist.
If MJF or Scott or Spear doesn't interfere in this match, I will be shocked.
I would be shocked if they even have a match. I wouldn't be shocked if there's no match. I wouldn't be shocked if MJF does some
that could also be a thing
with the contract. Yeah, like this is all the story.
90-day non-compete,
90-day non-compete, or some shit like that. Like Scorpio Sky is not. I don't think he's gonna have like that would be run. He's not having a 1 week run.
That would be a first for AEW to advertise a match and not deliver it, which I don't know how their fan base is gonna. I say their fan base like we're not fans.
See, you're confusing Twitter with the people who pay.
Right.
I would get what they're doing.
I wholly expect that to happen, or that's what normally would happen. In even I was gonna say even when TNA was the alternative, that's because it's still sports entertainment at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But there's going to be that. You're right. It's going to be the Apostolic Methodist Episcopal Church of Bad Faith Tapes, and they're going to be like, yeah, the spreadsheet. Twitter is going to be like, oh, this is sports entertainment PS. You can't advertise a match for fans and not deliver the what you do.
Everything is sports entertainment.
I mean, right? Because if you really liked wrestling, you would be watching the NCAA tournament.
Yeah,
now the match might happen, but they're not. I just don't see them. I don't see them giving Scorpio Sky a 1 week break.
I think we get the match in interference.
Yeah, I can see that.
Or we get the match that's gonna be interfered with.
Or we get the match, Wardlow wins, and then the match has to get thrown out because.
I don't think they do that.
I don't think you.
But like, I'm just saying, Scorpio.
I don't think you neuter Scorpio Sky.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
It wouldn't be neuter him so much as his character literally built this undefeated streak by cherry picking bums on Dark. And then he can falsely continue to claim he's undefeated because the record books has to stripe it off.
That's a little
like he's a heel. He's a heel. Listen, so like
I'm not saying you're wrong, but that's just a little much. That's just a little much.
I mean, I know why y'all are like don't do that because them niggas gonna show their ass if that happens because telling the story.
I don't care about them.
I'm just saying like
I don't think you cut the balls off your champion a week into his reign. I'm not saying he ain't cheat because he's a heel. I'm saying also
if you follow their own booking philosophy, like sometimes the best answer is the one that's right there. Just do the thing. Just have MJF somebody interfere and shit, and fucking have them hate that nigga, and have fucking Wardlow be over his shit because of it. So Sky gets a title win on TV against Wardlow. You cover all the bases.
That is the most basic, straightforward way to tell the story. I agree. But where's the sizzle, pal?
I just don't see them,
bro. Listen,
because Wardlow doesn't just
Scorpio loses, matches. Bro. Scorpio loses, bro.
Like have a Wardlow doesn't 90 days matches. Yeah. If Wardlow is going to beat you, he's going to kill you. I don't think you want Scorpio Sky.
Yeah, like he's going to power bounce
to be the one. You don't want. He wins on Wednesday. Y'all make a big deal out of it because they did on their social media make a big deal out of it.
He gets killed.
Then have him die the next Wednesday. Like I don't think you want to do that.
Either way, Either way, that nigga's getting power bombed on Wednesday, so might as well. Look, all I'm saying is, fuck, sometimes go crazy.
Maybe. I just don't. I
think they don't have the match.
Like, I think they might have the match, but I don't think
if Tony Khan on Monday, I think Tony might announce on Monday, like due to MJF enforcing his whatever. I'm sorry, my wife's being weird. I don't know what that is in your hand. I can't see from here. Okay.
Yeah, like Bobby said, Wardlow is getting fucked by MJF in some aspect. I don't see it being like, after you murder Scorpio Sky, now I'm gonna like. I don't think you use Scorpio Sky as fodder,
plot fodder.
I don't know if I call it plot fodder.
No, he would be fine because Wardlow doesn't.
AEW tends to like intersperse storylines. So like
no, but
Scorpio,
I don't think you do. I don't think you do the optics of making a big deal about him doing that. You can't do that to the guy.
Because here's what I think: if they were going to have Wardlow actually win this, you just leave it on Sammy for another week. That's what if you are going to have him actually win this, you could just leave it on Sammy for another week. Do the whole thing where Sammy does something stupid. The whole way the Scorpio Sky match is booked, you could have done the same.
I get that, but that would be face versus face. You see, I need a heel transitional champion.
Technically, Wardlow is a face, but technically he's still working for a heel. So you have that whole match play out the same way. You have him kill Sammy. However you gonna have him kill Sammy, because Wardlow as a face still murks people. And then you have MJF screw him out the title. Therefore, Sammy's reign just ends. Instead of being like, hey, we're going to have this title match that we made a big deal, also pushing another angle.
But then that makes Sammy
Paige Van Zandt stuff.
No, because
he was already going to lose.
Sammy's had enough bangers to where I don't think that hurts his reign at all.
Like if you do that with Sammy, he was going to lose that belt. Period. He's had that belt for 4 months now, 3-4 months.
Well, he lost
two reigns or whatever.
Yeah, between total reigns.
Yeah,
he beat Miro for it.
He beat Miro for it.
Not on paper. He beat Miro after. He beat Miro
on a Rampage, I think.
That sounds right.
Yeah, he beat Miro on a Rampage. Then he beat Tony Nese. Then he beat Jay Lethal.
The whole
and Bobby Fish.
I think the whole not having the match thing is more likely than like having Scorpio lose the shit.
Oh no, I just don't see Scorpio getting. I don't see them using Scorpio for a 1 week title run, because if you wanted to,
that would be rather
do
WWE,
this,
wouldn't it?
Just keep it on Sammy.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't give a fuck about that side of Twitter, but I think Tony does to an extent, or not an extent. He understands with the
he's more cognizant of it.
Yeah, he's cognizant.
He understands with the Swole thing. Apparently, reportedly, he fucked up. He ain't never gonna publicly apologize to Swole, but he's done something behind the scenes to get all this new black talent. One of which calls Swole his little sister.
A lot of this was already in the works, and there were things that were already being done that people who were in the know could not talk about, such as Will Washington. Such as people that were actually signed themselves like Swerve, such as the various people that were involved in the Who We Are album. The talent knew what was being planned, and they didn't want to. They weren't going to jump out the window to prove something to randos on Twitter.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't think you planned this.
Will Hobbs knew he was going to be in this ladder match, and that there was a plan for him to have highlight spots in his ladder match. He said, "My experience has been different. Just watch and see what we do." Yeah, just wait and watch. Y'all niggas always want somebody to wait. Blah, 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 blah.
I don't think they planned for Scorpio Sky to win this belt for 1 week. Like, because they have been planning.
No, this has been built
for him to be undefeated.
He was going to take it off Cody. He was going to take it off Cody.
Here's my thing. When I hear people talk about the Scorpio Sky thing too, do you think it was a clerical error that he was undefeated for a year? You think it was an accident that he was booked undefeated for a year? Like, that was on purpose because they were doing this.
I'm pretty sure even in those tag matches that they did lose, that it was Ethan Page eating the pin, or was it and even and when they lost against Inner Circle, it was Lambert tapping out.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. Scorpio, they were very purposeful. Now, if you weren't watching Dark or you weren't paying attention, you weren't
know. Dark or Elevation,
but then purposely.
But people always say
has not lost.
Nobody watched that. Nobody watched that. Well,
he also cut several promos on Dynamite and Rampage like every week. So I mean, that too.
Yeah, like he was going to take it off Cody. Cody quit and kind of fucked that up. So he took it off Sammy. I don't think they do all that for him to lose it the next week.
Oh, if Cody never leaves, then Scorpio would have won that belt like towards the end of December or in the beginning of January.
And Bobby says
because there wouldn't have been no transition to even put it back on Sammy.
Yeah, have Scorpio lose to another black man. Put it on a hot baby face. Yeah. Wardlow would be that hot baby face if he wasn't involved with MJF. I think this time
Scorpio probably drops that belt to Scorpio probably drops that belt to either Swerve or Keith Lee.
Well,
I can see that.
If we're doing baby faces, it'll be Lee. I don't think Swerve is going to stay face. I think
Ben, he can't not. This nigga's got too much sauce, bro. No, I know he can work as a heel. I've seen him.
Here's the thing. That match with Tony Nese, still working heel. He is working. It was just heel versus heel, but one of them is not declared heel yet.
AEW
he is still working.
I think we got to also get away from this hard character line in AEW because they don't really roll like that. And other people have done that, not just Cody. Cody got the most vitriolic. Cody was getting a Cena response to it because the internet feels like people should bow to their booking. But I can very much see Swerve being one of the type of talents that I'm walking through the center line. I'm here to win. I'm not here to be your friend. If the fans love me, cool. If they don't, also cool. It's still Swerve's house. That don't make him a heel by not giving a fuck. It actually makes him cool for carrying.
I mean, here's the thing. I don't think there's an issue with Swerve being the quote unquote cool heel. I don't think there's an issue with.
I don't think he's going to be a heel. Like, I don't think he's going to be a face. Like okay, Hangman's speech after. I don't know if y'all saw it, but I watched the footage of his speech where he's like, "I will do anything to keep this. I went to I didn't want to tie go to the ropes, but he fuck around and found out, and so can anybody else." and someone was like, "Oh, he's going to turn heel because a baby face doesn't talk like that." I'm like, "No, Vince McMahon's baby faces don't talk like that."
He can be a tweener, bro. He can be a fucking tweener.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I think he's a tweener character. And the thing is, the fans determine whether you're a face or a heel. Really like real about it. So
true.
We're not going like when big pressure hits in an arena. Good luck getting in booed is all I'm saying.
I will say, as far as
Cody, fight your fans on that if you want to. Good luck.
I think Cody limited the stories he could tell by not going full heel. I think he could have had some title matches because the whole, I said I would never do the title. Well, I'm a heel now sort of thing would have worked.
I think he opened up his storytelling options, but he just chose the stories to tell that knowing what we know now, knowing that he's gone, we're going to say he never comes back. Let's just tell the story that way, right? Cody was in AEW and then he just left wrestling. Him being a tweener opens up those same stories on both sides. It opens up the window. It opens up the timing window, so to speak. You don't have to wait for a heel run to end to do this face program. No, this guy's a bigger dick than me, so you're cheering me. I'm a bigger dick than this guy, so you're booing me. So to me, like when you have a tweener character, that person works great because that person can literally do more. You don't have to line them. They don't have to get paired up against only one side of the roster. But the issue is Cody was choosing programs and things with people that did like, okay, the QT thing. Instead of dealing with QT, imagine if he just went, you know what? I'm tired of people talking about this Darby Allin kid. Yeah, he got the better of me. So now we're even on wins and losses, but I want my belt back and I'll kill you to get it back. Okay, there's heel Cody there. Okay, I went too far with Darby. Me and Darby have pieced up our issues. That was business. It wasn't personal. Now I'm a babyface. I'm going against an actual better, more legit heel. I'm going up against a Miro who's on a rampage and he's got his record up. He's coming to take my TNT championship. Okay, now I'm the babyface fighting against this big murderous Miro man. Okay, like you see what I'm saying? Like he doesn't have to be one thing at any given moment. He's open. You have more options of what you can do.
I mean, Swerve,
I hear you. Swerve can be an absolute asshole to Dante Martin and then also face off against Malachi Black. He don't gotta be good guy or bad guy.
I don't think Miro necessarily gets booed against Cody.
I get what you're saying. I'm just saying, like,
like Cody.
Like, I mean, you got to pick the right people in those. You got to be very careful with your booking.
Here's what I'm saying.
In general, you Cody, have to do that though, because
I'm just saying, like the crowd literally enjoys Miro's whole act. So
murdering.
They're not gonna boo him. Like if he's facing Darby or some shit, then yes, they're going to like cheer Darby and shit. Right. But like not gonna outright.
I was just pulling
that. Every heel is getting cheered against Cody
because they're cool.
But as far as Swerve,
cool heels though. Miro, as far as Swerve, that didn't really happen. But like
he's worked heel So I watched a couple of his indie matches today. Like he worked heel against Jay White. Like Jay White is the consummate heel. Swerve was heel in that match. He worked heel against Nick Wayne, which he always was going to do. He worked heel in Progress. He worked heel. What was the other match of his I saw?
I gotta check that card. I gotta check that card.
He's worked heel everywhere. He hasn't changed any. Like the way he was acting on AEW is just heel Swerve. You just don't think of him as heel Swerve because he was wrestling Tony Nese. He's still heel Swerve. Like he's worked heel everywhere since he came back.
Him being cocky and cool does not mean you're a heel though. Like Sammy, like what did he do heelish in that match? Because to me, he didn't take any shortcuts. He didn't cheat. He was arrogant. He was dismissive of his opponent.
I mean, he didn't cheat against Nick Wayne.
Like he was just,
go back and watch that Nick Wayne match. He didn't.
He was just a dick.
Cheat.
No, I mean,
that's what he's saying though, Ben. Like
he never cheated. I just tried to kill him.
He's a cool, arrogant tweener.
Or just a cool ass face. Like Stone Cold, Hulk Hogan was a consonant baby face, but he wrestled like an effing heel all the time.
Stone Cold kicked people in the dick.
Back rakes, thumbs to
the
eye. Stone Cold
kicked people in the dick.
Yeah. Like we were alive. We lived through this. That's why I'm like, you don't gotta be.
Yeah, you don't
gotta be a bitch to be a baby face, bro. Is what I'm saying.
No.
I'm saying, like being antagonizing to his opponent doesn't automatically have to make him an evil heel.
Oh, he's being heelish.
He's just cocky.
No, I'm not saying evil heel. We'll see. I'm not saying evil.
I'm trying to figure out what about him is heelish to you? Because to me, nothing he did, his introduction, his way he presented himself on Rampage,
I get what Ben is saying in terms of the indie shit. I get what Ben is saying about him working heel.
I get like the indie stuff. Working heel. I saw some of the indie stuff.
I think he just comes off as, okay, that's that cool arrogant guy. I don't see him like, oh, that's the bad guy over there. He's like the heel guy.
When he turned heel as Killshot Lucha Underground, he was a heel. Like they masterfully did that double turn with him and Dante / AR Fox in Lucha Underground, where he was one of the most beloved baby faces, and then he was one of the most hated men in the temple. Like he was a heel then. Swerve going out there and being like, I'm that nigga, and y'all know I'm that nigga, and this nigga know I'm that nigga. To me, doesn't scream heel. That screams the baby. That screams the nigga I want to be my world champion.
Now, again, we could be wrong, and he could go on TV next week and murder Jungle Boy, and then he's fucking heel. Like,
like he's getting booed
for that. If he's gonna murder anybody, I would imagine his first real feud is
Darby. Yeah.
I don't know why I said Darby. Like, I don't know why I'm saying that.
I was like, Darby Allin.
What's the next match after the ladder match?
Go ahead. So the AEW TBS
speaking of post,
Tay Conti versus Jay Cargill.
The ladder match happened before Swerve's debut, so actually the TBS match came on before the ladder match.
No, it didn't.
No. He said in the interview when he did his they had to clean up the ladders and all that stuff, and that's why they put him in that spot to fill that time.
It was Jericho tag team ladder match. Swerve debut, ABS, TBS championship.
Okay, well, yeah. So I guess it's why, because I was like, did we even talk about his debut? No, we just jumped into talking about him.
Swerve debut is here.
Yes, let's give this his proper due.
Swerve debut is here. Comes out. He is instantaneously over. The Swerve's House chant.
Swerve's House.
Whole building.
The new song.
Whole building.
I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that guy. How is he over? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, the Who's House, Swerve's House thing. The
which by the way, Ben, the fans started doing, not he.
Yes, he didn't. Yeah. He didn't start that. The fans were doing that when he walked out. Yeah, Swerve is over, man. He looks like a star. He was on Rampage on Friday.
He carries
a really good match against Tony Nese.
It's that it factor that
he carries up like a star.
Yeah.
You know what?
He has that same it factor that Jade had the first moment she walked on screen before she even opened her mouth.
Exactly. Yeah.
Except he has the wrestling to back it.
Yeah.
Yes,
it shouts out to Jade. She's growing. She's growing from match to match before our eyes.
He looks like a star every time he comes out. Money. Like his new gear, even though I didn't hate. Well, no. I'll tell you what.
No, the jorts ain't the jorts ain't doing it.
The jorts. He's still doing the jorts.
You talk about he did like the capri things.
Yeah, like because there's still those capri things, but now he's got like
but see now he's got the thing pulled up, but he's got the knee pads on the bottom of the joint too.
The Trey Miguel special. He was rocking the Trey Miguel specials in NXT.
Yeah, he was.
But they look better now. His gear
what in better. The fuck was Trey Miguel wearing when he came back to
Hey, bro.
I am so happy Trey Miguel changed his gear.
Apparently,
I'm so happy, dog.
Apparently, he wants his belt. He wants his Warrior heavyweight championship back from Will Ospreay. I look forward to seeing that. Anyway, shouts out to Trey Miguel.
I'm just happy he decided.
I like his new gear. His Ricochet ripoff gear. I enjoy it.
My thing.
I enjoy the Ricochet ripoff.
That nigga wasn't the first one to read a Batman comic. Damn it,
he really wasn't.
Whatever. It's Ricochet ripoff gear. I don't care. It looks good.
Listen. I enjoyed the Miles Morales shit.
Is it Ricochet ripoff gear, or is it Sting ripoff gear? Because the first person I saw wearing that type of gear in the 90s was Masahiro Chono.
Okay, it's Masahiro Chono ripoff gear. I don't care. I enjoyed.
Ben's just jealous because I have more internet clout than him because I know more Japanese wrestling.
Spreadsheet.
Was it No Surrender where he did
the
universe?
The
multiverse intro. I
think it was.
Like,
I think it was. Whichever show that was a fire entrance. Whichever show he did it.
When he wrestled Steve Macklin, which was a great match.
Okay, that was the one before. That was the one before this that they just did.
Man, I
can't keep up with the names, man.
Don't do Darius Lockhart like this, man.
Huh? Who's talking about Darius Lockhart?
No, this nigga on Twitter. Nigga on Twitter called my Darius hard drive Lockhart. God damn.
What?
Darius
hard drive. Darius Lockhart, what happened?
The hard drive. You know, he saw it on Twitter.
Darius hard drive Lockhart.
That nigga said, Tony Khan, I gave you a hard drive with 50 pages worth of documents. No, a thumb drive with 50 pages worth of documents detailing. And you know what, though? That's good data. Tony, pass that on to your people and then have them give you the highlights. Whatever.
And listen, as Ben said when that shit first came, he's like, listen, Tony better than me. I want to say, nigga, you gave me a what? A hard drive? The fuck?
Nigga, I manage at least 3 different businesses that are all intensive.
Right.
I'm not actually. I might talk to wrestlers one-on-one and go out to steak dinners with y'all, but like business is business. Like it was really cool having this fine dinner with you, Mr. Lockhart.
Right.
You're a great talent, and hopefully we can work together.
They didn't even have a dinner. Apparently, I know they walked up on him.
Nah, yeah.
Here's a hard drive.
I have no doubt that Tony knows who he was and was like, oh,
yeah.
That guy.
I have no doubt
he's gonna work with us. Cool.
I also think Tony might have tried to sign him before some of that stuff. But that's neither here nor there.
I think Tony doesn't seem like the type of dude to hold grudges, and I feel like he'll bring him back. I feel like
that's apparently not true. Okay, that's apparently not true.
Okay, well, I was just say I feel like he bring him.
I mean, listen, everybody has a level that they need to hit before that shit kicks in. His level is just higher than ours.
I don't know if that level, like that's what I say. I don't know if Darius Lockhart being like this is a legitimate issue. I feel like you've been ignored. Is like enough to make that man be like, because he was like, yo, Chavo, I tried to get back in contact with him.
Example though,
since he's watching the media, basically, hit me up. Like he didn't be like, oh, Chavo, man, fuck that nigga. he didn't pull out
he better than me because the way Chavo talking, he's like, man, fuck that nigga. I mean, like your Chavo fucking rare. Why do we need?
Like example, like look at some of the shit people have said about Vince. He will hire them niggas back if it suits him.
Right. Business at the end of the day,
back Cody
cares about money.
Yeah, he's hiring back Cody apparently.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on.
TBS championship match.
Yeah. That was a cool match. It was a nice little sprint. I thought Jade Cargill coming out as Jade was awesome.
Dope visual. Dope visual. And I thought it was a good match. I don't get what the whole again, I understand that like spreadsheet Twitter is fucking toxic as shit, but I don't get like it was a good match. It was like a 7, 8, 9 minute sprint. And they hit it
was cool.
They hit each other really hard, and Anna Jay took a really big shot. She did.
Yeah, it was a cool match. It was a cool match. So moving on from that match, we get to CM Punk versus MJF.
Oh boy!
All right, so
ooh boy!
So to start the match, MJF comes out. The Punk's music to start,
which was this nigga
great trolling, and then CM Punk enters to AFI's Masera Cantera and wearing the old basketball shorts and windbreaker, and that shit was great. I wish he had dyed his hair blonde. That would have been that would have been that little touch,
that little bit.
But outside of that, it was great. Lots of callbacks. This whole feud was a callback. I know people got all in their feelings that he came out to Masera Cantera for some reason, because I didn't understand it, even though Excalibur explained it to you. So
he literally explained it to you. He literally explained it.
He literally told you what he was coming out to. We got another thing to talk about with AEW, but we'll get to that at the end. The Divine RH. I forgot to put that in the show notes. It was dope. The match itself was dope. This whole feud has been a callback to Punk's feuds with Raven. Because I think he had 2 Dark Collar matches with Raven, one in TNA and one in ROH. I don't think I've ever seen the TNA. I've seen the ROH one, but I don't think I've ever seen the TNA. But yeah, man, it was some cool spots. Warlow doing a full face turn.
Bro, that moment was fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah.
His whole fucking... Where did I put the...
That was pretty dope. It was just an overall dope match, man.
Like it was the whole presentation of that shit was just fantastic. MJF getting on the mic in the middle of the match and shit, all that shit. I loved all that shit.
But Taylor, I've never watched Ring of Honor. I feel isolated, and I just walked out the pay-per-view. I was done at that moment. I checked out. I was so confused.
Oh, okay.
I at that point, AEW lost me as a fan. How can you keep referencing all this stuff that I clearly never heard of? I mean, it's like the show actively didn't want me to enjoy it anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The people who had that opinion, do you need callbacks in everything explained to you? When Ed came out to the Brood music, did you need that explained to you?
Yes, Michael Cole told me that Edge was in a group called the Brood, and he also told me that the Brood was a group that Edge was in, and then he reiterated that the Brood was a group featuring Edge, the man on my TV in front of me, and by the fifth time, I kind of understood that Edge was doing something old. I don't quite understand the whole relationship between Edge and the Brood, but I'm sorry. What were we talking about again? Roman Reigns, big dog.
Like it's a callback, man. Wrestling is full of callbacks. Stop being stupid. Like the people were like, "This is gatekeeping,"
and it's not. No, it's Excalibur. Here's why. Okay, I saw some people being like dicks about it, but here's why they were, because Excalibur literally explained it.
He did his job. He literally did his job.
I watched Rhapsody, and Will was talking about how the guy behind him, like literally the guy right behind him at the show, said to him, "Oh, I don't recognize his music." And then Will just literally was like, "It's his old Ring of Honor theme." And the guy was like, "Oh, cool."
So
that nigga didn't run out of the arena in tears because he felt isolated and hated by the rest of the fans. And also,
side note news, and we'll talk about Tony Khan buying our age a little bit later.
Yeah.
The Briscoes on Supercard of Honor now.
Oh. It's almost like,
well, you got to defend those belts. So
no, they don't. Because you know who ain't gonna be on there? The way or the triple title, they probably ain't gonna be on there.
Trios belts.
The trios belts or the TV title.
I think Tony's gonna go. I think Tony's gonna get all his intellectual property back. Like
yeah, y'all about to lose. All of you.
I mean, if you want to come, I think Shane Taylor Promotion keeps their belts.
Shane Taylor Promotion no longer has those belts. That Colt does.
Oh, Vince's group. What the fuck?
They got him on
yeah.
Whatever the Death Before Dishonor. They
did lose, didn't they?
Oh damn, I did watch Death Before This. I don't know why I felt like they won that match.
Sir, we both watched. I watched it with you.
Yeah, we watched it at the crib. Yeah, nigga. Yeah. They look. No, I could have sworn.
No, what you're thinking of?
Shane Taylor won.
Shane had a singles match.
Oh yeah,
Shane Taylor beat Kenny King.
Yeah, they did get screwed. That is right. I was that was okay. It's not like I don't dislike Vince's group. I think it works what it is. I know you don't like
No, here's the thing. The group has good workers in it. I just don't care, and that's the difference.
I mean, I like that group better than Honor No More, whatever the fuck they're doing over there.
Anyway, that's you know what? That's what they are now.
Let me stop. Impact's been catching strays a lot in our pockets. Let me chill.
hey, look, keep shooting.
Nigga, they had a title match with Moose and Heath. I don't give a fuck.
Keep shooting, bro.
That company don't give a fuck about itself. Why should I give a fuck about it?
Hey man, there's 100,000 people. 12 buckaroos.
100,000? 100,000? Hold on. That is very ambitious. 100
buckaroos in a single
Listen, Ben. It fluctuates between 70 and 120-ish every couple of months.
120,000 or 120?
120,000 watchers.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, the last pay-per-view drew a crowd of 800 to 900 people.
Moving on. Next match on the card.
Nigga disrespectful.
The match that.
Shout out to the Briscoes. I believe in people being allowed to grow and change over time. That's all we're going to say. Oh no, we're going to say more about that later. Moving on.
We'll get into that. Yeah.
I don't know why we don't just do a full wrestling podcast. We can just schedule that for like a different day. But anyway.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny? Like people are going to kill Tony either way. Like, oh, you're being woke, and the Briscoes. Oh, and now you got homophobes on you. He was going to catch the strays.
We'll talk about that in a second. It's not Tony. It wasn't Tony that made the decision.
We got a lot to get.
We'll talk about that in a second. And by the way, he's booking Supercard of Honor. So
yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, so the match that I had the most issue.
Oh damn!
The AEW Women's Championship match.
Hey yo, just one second, man. Yo, damn. Apparently, William Hurt has passed away.
Oh, I saw that.
So R.I.P. to William Hurt.
Wait. The actor William Hurt?
Yeah, bro.
Yes.
Yeah. God damn.
Yeah, man, I didn't realize he was 70-something years old.
Nigga, the 2020's been out here just wilding on niggas.
Taking people, cuz. Shit.
Yeah.
He was a great actor,
we got.
man.
Yeah, he was, man.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. So Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa. Really so this match was okay. Not their best match.
Yeah, it wasn't their best match. And I'm gonna be honest. At first, I was like, y'all niggas reading into stuff. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, some of the stuff that was coming out, like, oh, Rosa,
no, like, bro,
Rosa was salty. She didn't, you know, all of that. And I'm like, I think
she might have been.
It. Yeah. I looked at her entrance at Warrior Wrestling last night versus, you know, Dynamite, and not Dynamite, but Revolution, and it is very also the way she walked at Dynamite, real different energy. Like, there are times where, like, I try not to read into stuff like that, but like when you look at Sasha Banks and Bayley coming out at Mania where they dropped the belts to the Iconics, that wasn't their normal. She didn't have that boss bounce on the way to the ring. And I get it. People are human. They have moods, and you know, you care about your character, you care about your work, you want the stuff you're doing to matter, you want certain results because you're a person at the end of the day. You know, everybody's not like Andrade. And I think it's funny that like Andrade's like, I don't care about my win-loss record. I'm just out there to have bangers and add to my resume as a worker. Like, I want my legacy to be I put on great matches and entertain the crowd. Also,
well, what Andrade, you said on Instagram was 100% the Los Ingobernables motto. We don't care about winning or losing. We just want to humiliate.
Yeah.
Like I think Andrade would like to win a belt.
Oh, yeah,
also think Andrade also
thing is he's going
wants to put on bangers.
Yeah, he's going both of those things.
Like, I think he is somebody that you can placate. We putting you on TV. You get to have really dope matches. You're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some, but you get to have dope matches. Everything. He seems to be someone who's like, cool.
Everything you do here matters.
Right. The like only time that he seemed upset about anything, and this was both guys, and that was him and Pac having their match moved off pay-per-view, which, by the way, considering the match that they went on there, they went out there and proved a point on that Rampage. Like,
well, that match was moved off pay-per-view because I think Pac got sick.
Pac got sick, right?
Yeah,
but
or he couldn't get to America. One of the two, either got sick. Or
it was like a travel thing or whatever.
Yeah.
But so like Andrade's thing was like, you could have given me another opponent. I was scheduled for pay-per-view. So when they went out there, like, he showed his ass. Like, this, I am
La Sombra. He's been on TV literally every week.
I am La Sombra. Never forget that, Tony.
Like, so you know,
I think it's also
once
like
got like used to the upper body mass he's grown into.
And really good. Yeah, that nigga's like 215 now. This is crazy.
Yeah, 250. Nigga might be 230. Like, that nigga.
They said two.
As hell up top.
I think last time they announced it was like 215, or it was between 215 and 225. It was crazy. But
he must be shorter than I thought.
Yeah. What the fuck was I thinking?
Yeah,
about? But hold on, before I forget my thought. Oh, with the Andrade thing. Another thing people don't like, I guess, don't kind of get about him is that this nigga has spent the majority of his career already being that nigga. So like, not to say he's not hungry, but like, he understands the process basically, and he cares about his stuff mattering. Like, you could tell when he kind of checked out early in NXT because it was like, yo, what the fuck am I doing? And then you could tell when like he cared again in NXT because he was, even when he didn't have the belt, he was doing programs that mattered again. On Raw, he like, you could like when he was going back and forth with Drew McIntyre on Raw, right? He didn't like, he worked his ass off because those matches mattered and they got highlight spots on Raw. When he was working with Rey Mysterio, like, his energy was different. Then at a certain point, they were like, "Yo, you're gonna tag with Angel." Okay. At first, they didn't really have a goal for that. Then they started feuding with the Street Profits, and then again, you can see he ramped up the work rate again because like, this matters. When they lost that championship match, you can see like directly after that match, him and Angel Garza both had this look like, oh, it's not so much that we're not winning, it's that
we don't matter.
Right, we don't matter. And then they spent the next weeks after that just losing like by roll-ups in 5 minutes and stuff. Yeah, and you can
looking like losers and like being filler fodder on Raw.
Right. Like, yo, go out. There's no more have a 30 or 20 minute banger with Drew McIntyre or with Montez Ford. It's like, yo, go out there and
get rolled up.
Get rolled up by, I'm trying to think who was even around at the time still. Go whoever.
Go get rolled up by
go
Shane
get rolled
Thorne
up by the Hurt Business.
Yeah. By Shane Thorne and there you go.
I remember they lost to Shane Thorne and Duke Hudson on Raw.
That was it. That was back when MVP was managing them. Before the Hurt Business. Yeah.
Yep.
Go. And by the way, Shane Thorne, very talented wrestler. The Mighty Don't Kneel, but like you had Shane Thorne, Angel Garza, and freaking Andrade, and you told them to go out there and have a 5-minute match that ends in a roll-up.
Yep.
As opposed to AEW telling him, Sammy, and Darby, hey, go kill each other.
Yeah.
You get 30 minutes. Well, no, they didn't even get 30 minutes. 20 minutes. You get 25 minutes. Go do everything you can in 20 minutes.
Go have a pay-per-view match, but save the energy for the actual pay-per-view because y'all know what y'all got to do on Sunday.
Yeah. So anyway, so we got the Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa match. I thought Thunder Rosa should have won here. It sounds like they changed their mind on that multiple times. She's clearly winning on Wednesday, so it's not the end of the world. But
I understand why. I understand the bigger story of. Also, I understand. Actually, go ahead because I gotta get my thoughts on that because we talked privately about this, but we haven't talked to the podcast about it. So go ahead and finish your thoughts.
I am not a fan of this particular booking. I understand it. Doesn't mean I gotta be a fan.
Fair.
For all the people out there who think like I just chill for AEW, I'm not a fan of everything they do.
He's not.
This is one of them.
He was not.
I'm not a fan of Britt Baker's title run at this point. Like there's a limit to how much you've been champion a year, right? Almost. And
about 9 months.
All your matches coming down to interference is redundant to me. It stopped making you look like I cheat to win sometimes to I just cheat because I'm not very good. And I'm not saying that's not what she's doing. It just comes off to me like the champion is cheating not because I can beat you. It's because I can't. I can't beat you.
Okay.
So I need to cheat.
She's Seth Rollins, not Ric Flair. Because we used to have this debate a lot during Seth's WWF Championship run. And you were like, yo, J&J Security does not need to constantly. He's Seth Rollins. Let him like Kane does not like the authority needs to fall back and let Seth just be Seth. Let Seth cook. And I'm like,
that's the difference between like MJF and what Britt's doing. MJF is beating people without cheating or without.
He's cheated himself. He didn't have outside interference. Is what you mean?
Exactly, like the Punk thing. He choked Punk. Like he didn't have outside interference to do that part. He cheated, but he cheated. He ain't need like everybody come stand on the apron and Rebel for the badillionth time come stand on the apron. Jamie Hayter to punch the chick in the head across the way, and then for Britt Baker to do the curb stomp or the
title belt. Yeah,
it's like all right, come on. Like this is it's gotten to a point of like okay, this is done. That's just for me.
I think, and my interpretation of that match was that the reason, and you pointed out, you're like, Jonesy, I know this is what she does, but this was ridiculous tonight. I think that was the point, to work the audience up to that point to where they're going to be so hungry for Rosa to get her just desserts and do it in the cage. Oh,
she's going to get a nuclear pop.
Because she in her hometown and all that. Like that match was the most, as far as like interference per minutes, that match was over the top with it. But I think that was very intentional. Yeah, I think that was very because at first I was with you. I was like, all right, they're doing too much. Then I stepped back and objectively was like, oh, I'm a fan of. I'm wearing a Britt Baker shirt right now. I'm like, yo, I want them to get this belt off her. This is too effing much. And I was like, oh shit, that's the point. I guess it's like Jericho Appreciation Society. That sounds effing stupid. What a stupid name. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's a ridiculous, washed up like.
And again, but see, here's.
But I get what Ben's saying though.
Here's the difference of how we function: is that you're right, and Ben is also right to feel the way he feels, and we can move on to the next thing.
Right. Like I get it.
I don't have to be like Ben. You can't have it. No, he can. He can feel that way. That's totally justified.
It was over the top.
You both are justified. You both are justified in the thing that what you were saying.
Yeah, and I get what they're doing. I get it.
Right.
Nobody's wrong here. Is the point? Like,
yeah. So I look forward to the cage match on Wednesday, and we'll see how that goes.
And it's going to be a crazy pop. It's probably. I mean, I was going to say probably it's going to make it.
Yeah, I think it is.
I think it's a cage match. It has to be.
The next match we have is Jon Moxley versus Bryan Danielson. This is a long ass pay-per-view. They beat shit out of each other.
Violence.
Beat shit out of each other. And then
kicked him in his goddamn throat a million times.
Yes. At the end, William Regal showed
the pop he got, I was like, fuck yes.
Daddy Regal
smacked them both, and now they are a tag team, I guess.
Yes.
So
that's probably who's going to take the belt off of Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy.
I mean, if you're ever going to be made legit by losing, that's the team to lose to.
I do hope they do the dojo thing, though. I do hope that's still a thing that's going to happen.
I mean, here's the thing. I think that's one of like Danielson's goals to do that. What he didn't get to do in WWE, what he wanted to do.
So we'll see. I do hope that faction is brought about. But this was dope. Regal coming out, that was dope. Just dope all around. Jon Moxley won. I didn't say that. AFHO versus Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, and Sting. This was also very, very good. Old ass Sting decided
this nigga Sting, dog,
off a balcony through 3 tables. Sting was like, I'm ready to die for this shit.
Woke up that morning and said, "R.I.P. my nigga New Jack."
Bruh, we were watching it.
I can 100% see them back there laying out the match, and like Darby's like, "All right, I got this spot." Sammy's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do this." Sammy does a Spanish fly off the top of the fucking thing they have on stage.
Yeah, off of the stage. Yeah, he did off the stage.
Isaiah Cassidy.
They only went through one of the tables. The other one fell over. Yeah. But that's the risk you take when you
like.
Go
I can 100% them in the back being like, "This is what me and Darby are doing." And Sting being like, "So what am I doing?" And everybody looking at him like, "Nothing, nigga.
What do you want to do?"
He's like, "Hey, Andrade, would you allow me to stinger splash you through 3 tables off a balcony?"
Like
that's what happened.
How fast do you think Andrade said yeah?
Very fast. See, senor. See, Mr. Sting. See.
Yes.
How'd you know?
Shit was dope.
How'd you know? Bro, I love this nigga on TV. I'm sorry. I love this nigga on TV.
How'd you know? How'd you know this was my dream?
How'd you know?
How'd you know?
Please make that a shirt. Please.
Sting.
How'd you know?
How you know? Yeah.
My Sting hang out with this little boy, this kid.
Bro, I pop like a motherfucker.
Andrade not understanding the concept of friendship is amazing.
Bro.
Especially considering that this nigga has had friends.
He has long Gomez. He's like, I don't understand friends.
You and Roosh are best friends. No. See, Roosh is me.
K-Fab, damn it. K-Fab.
We sell cocaine together. That's familia. That's right. No. That's no amigo.
Roosh is also 100% coming to AEW.
That's me
or not. He might just be an RH. We'll see.
Right.
I would fire the AHFO, get them niggas out the paint. Andrade keeps all the trademarks, and then he introduces his new business, his new familia. Also, free my nigga Santos Escobar off of that horrible NXT show so he can come join the family. Baby.
Nah, Jones. You told us let it play out. You know, you told us.
I gave them 2 months. I said I'm gonna let it play out. And I did Taylor. And I did. Okay. And I did. And now we got nigga slaves feeding Mandy Rose. So First of all,
what's that?
First of all,
I don't want to get too far in the weeds.
We got Gunther McGillivray. I to a certain degree let Gunther McGillivray slide because I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna watch Rex.
Gunther McGillivray?
No, I'm not calling him that dumb name. I was like, Rex Steiner is fun. I like Rex. Rex still has
Carmelo is excellent.
Rex and Melo still have fun matches they can have with people that are still good at wrestling and entertaining over there. And I was like,
well, the rest of them motherfuckers are bad at wrestling.
Like, well, you know, we can see Melo versus Pete Dunne. Never mind, he's Butch now. So
Melo versus Pete Dunne happened a couple weeks ago. I watched that shit. I watched it on a legal stream, so I don't give them any ratings.
Okay, well, I'm gonna probably do likewise. I missed that one.
Like the Creed brothers are cool in the ring, but they're just pale white guys with no characters.
But that's the thing, and that's why they have Malcolm Bivens to handle that.
Walter's been having good matches. Walter, I refuse to call that nigga Gunther.
Sir, his name is Gunther McGillivray.
Nazi.
Bro, listen, I'm sorry. I love Walter. I've never seen a person get the teeth taken out of them just from a name change. Like, he's Gunther.
Dog. Do you know how intimidating and dope it was when that nigga comes up
and there's a giant silhouette, just a giant, like a huge human.
They hit that,
and then the lights hit.
Walter.
Yeah.
Now you do that.
They took all the teeth. They took all the teeth out of the man's ass. Oh my god! Again, he still have great matches. Great, because he's great.
I don't care. His name is Gunther.
Yep.
How long? And he got into as good of a WWE shape as he's going to get, because he's
the guy on NXT.
He's built like an old school wrestler.
And guess what? He still got too much jiggle. He still got too much jiggle for Vince.
Right, for Vince.
Just the guy on
Vince is going to call him up and he's going to give him a dancing gimmick, and his manager is going to be Alex Wright. He's going to be
oh god,
it's going to be amazing.
They're going to revive the Dancing Fools, man. Disco Inferno's going to get hired back on.
Oh my! Don't say that man's name.
Alex Wright's
going to make Naomi a Funkadactyl.
Alex Wright's going to be doing his little
Alex Wright dance.
It's going to be great, man. You're going to have
Walter be amazing.
Move, hitting the.
Yes,
going to be great, man.
Walter. Yes, it's amazing.
That's Wunderkind, Gunther.
And to close out the pay-per-view, we had Hangman Adam Page versus Adam Cole. The ace Hangman Adam Page.
Who only has bangers. That's the rule. He only has bangers.
The fucking ace Adam Page out here having bangers. Also kicked the shit out of Adam.
When he and Kenny run it back. Because it's going to happen.
Right. Bro, he beat the shit out of him.
No, Adam Page wasn't always this stiff.
Meltzer's going to be like, yo, you can have these. You get the first 6-star match outside of the dome.
Right.
That match was great. That match was great. Like, one of the things I said, and I said it in the group chat, Adam Cole had been like laying stuff in as much.
He turned it on in that motherfucker.
And if he doesn't get Adam Page, he might get his ass beat, because Adam Page does not lay things in. That nigga be hitting motherfuckers hard as fuck.
Page knows one way. He gonna come in, he gonna knock the shit out your ass with them goddamn forearms.
He didn't always wrestle like that, dog.
I know.
I remember when I did not like this nigga.
But listen,
was in Kingdom, and I was like, who is this?
No. You mean the Decade?
Yeah, excuse me. He was in the Decade. I was like, who is this goofy looking nigga with long fucking hair? And I remember there was a What Culture video where they were naming members of the Bullet Club, and he was like the least. They named him the least important. Like, he was one of the top 5 least important members of the
I think he was underneath. No, he was ahead of the original Bone Soldier.
Yes, he was ahead of Bone Soldier. Nigga, who cares about Bone Soldier?
Until Taiji Ishimori became that nigga. Been fired. Taiji Ishimori took over that gimmick and was like, he was like, yo,
I'm about to say, where is Bone Soldier?
He's like, I'm here to be Taiji Ishimori, and that nigga has been Taiji Ishimori since then. That nigga took Bone Soldier. He took the Bone Soldier name from the least important member of the Bullet Club to like top 5 guys in the group. Just on the strength of being Taiji. Oh, that nigga's a nigga. That nigga is like Seth's height, but made of man muscle.
He's so muscular.
Like, why are you? Nigga, I thought Pac was the most, like, Pac and Tony Nese to me were like 2, and I guess and Buddy were like 3 dudes who's like Buddy's.
No, but they're average man height. They're like your height. Taiji Ishimori is 5'4".
Yeah. He is Stacy's height. He's the size of my wife, and he will beat me to death with his bare hands.
Also, he's 40 years old. I did not know Taiji.
What the fuck?
40-year-old man.
Yo,
yes, that's a 40-year-old man,
bro. Asian.
But then again, Ishimori has been wrestling a really long time. Like, I remember Ishimori in TNA.
Yeah, I didn't discover him until like TNA, and then like when they would do those excursions with Dragon's Gate and All Japan, they just pop in, and then like I would discover like when Sonata was in that dumb cult group, because hey, what's my boy name? The cowboy dude. He used to tag with Bobby Roode. They were Beer Money. James Storm. James Storm. Yeah, like around the time where the Wyatts came to the main roster, and then TNA in response was like, well, James Storm has a Southern accent. Let's give him a code and have him teleport in promos. And like, okay, whatever. And then for some reason, they added Shira and the Great Sonata at the time to his stable. And I was like, this Sonata dude is cool. And then I came back like 3 episodes later, and this nigga was like gone. He was done with his excursion. I remember like Ishimori popping in for a minute. I'm like, oh, this nigga about to be the X Division champ. And then like 2 weeks later, no. It's like, nigga, you thought?
You thought.
We just borrow these guys for a couple episodes, put them in the storylines, and hope you don't ask where they went.
But this really don't match.
So I got a question. So the Briscoes are on Supercard of Honor, so they're off that Impact show, is what you're telling me.
I don't know.
They might work both in the same day, depending on the time.
Because apparently the Briscoes wanted to try to work both.
Oh, actually, hey, yeah.
I mean, it's all in the same. During Mania weekend, everyone's shows are in the same general area.
No, true that.
So,
but yeah.
Yeah, so I think they might try to work both. But we'll see.
You were talking about how you turned around on Hangman Page, because I remember seeing him in a decade, and I remember thinking he's a very talented worker, but he had no character to me. And Ring of Honor kind of fumbled the bag with him because he had a star-making match with Jay Briscoe, pinned Jay Briscoe in a great hardcore Falls Count Anywhere match. And their follow-up to that literally was like nothing. It was like, oh yeah, Hangman Page is still in there. Because I remember when they debuted him as Hangman Page in Japan, I was like, I mean, it's better than being BJ Whitmer's bottom boy or what bag boy. I was like, but you still Adam Page. I don't care. He does cool moves. You're in New Japan now. That's not going to help you.
Everyone does cool moves,
right? And then,
but yeah, no, he's really good now. He's really good.
He found his voice as a character.
Oh no.
He found himself. And he found his voice as a character.
Wow. There's gonna be a Jacob Fatu versus Shellac match, which means no.
Versus who?
Oh,
that nigga from GCW with that missing tooth in the middle of his mouth.
Shellac.
Oh,
I don't know.
So Jacob Fatu is going to assault him. Cool.
They're both going to bleed a lot. They're both going to bleed a lot.
Yeah. So moving on. Hangman Page won this match, and they're going to continue this feud.
I understand.
I don't know. Probably not to the next pay-per-view though.
I think they have a match at Battle of the Belts.
There you go.
Yeah.
And this time I hope they get 2 hours, because like now for me and Ben, our live experience was we got to see every match defended all in one night. But for TV watchers, they got an hour of matches. Yeah. And it was I had a great time. I had a great time live at Battle of the Belts, but like
Battle of the Belts.
Because I saw some people be like, "This shit was mid." I'm like, "What?" Like then I remember y'all didn't.
But we were there.
Yeah, you didn't see everything we got to see.
Oh, that is right. You guys don't pay to go to any of these things.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we spend money over here. We support things we like.
Yeah. We're going on the 30th.
Yeah, 30th. We're going to Dynamite on the 30th in Columbia.
Yes, sir. So other AEW news, they bought ROH, or Tony Khan.
Tony Khan has purchased Ring of Honor.
So, for those who don't know, Tony Khan doesn't technically own AEW. His dad does, although it's his. But technically he doesn't own AEW. Like I think on the paperwork it actually says like Jacksonville Jaguars or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he doesn't not technically own ROH. He himself owns ROH. He bought it through a subsidiary company that is owned by him. I forgot what the company is called. I forgot the name.
I forgot the name of the third party entity he established.
But basically, it's him. Yeah, it's Tony Khan. Tony Khan now owns ROH. What that means? So he now owns their video library. He made sure to say that. And according to him, after Revolution and the way they've been moving, they plan on having ROH be essentially their NXT. He said something in the scrum after Revolution that I really agree with. And I think some people took it as he was bigging up NXT 2.0, but that's not what he was saying. Basically, he was saying it didn't make any sense for the Black and Gold NXT to exist the way it did if those wrestlers weren't able to be transitioned into the main roster. Therefore, it makes more sense for NXT 2.0, because if your goal is to graduate people from there to the main roster, it all should fall under the same vision. So he was saying ROH will be essentially his NXT. I don't think he means like straight up developmental, because I assume.
I mean, here's the thing. As long as it's not fucking FCW, that's not what it's going to be.
No.
But I'm saying,
I assume guys
that's not what it's going to be.
What's his name is still going to be there? Like Jonathan Gresham. Like I think Gresham is contracted to ROH. He's like one of the only couple people that are contracted to ROH.
Yeah, like
Gresham.
Like you can't, you can't call your shit development,
and
like
that's it.
Truly developmental. Like, hey, look, Jonathan Gresham is your champion. Like, nah, yeah, come on.
Yeah. Like I don't think when I say
they're going to use it, he needs to rebuild a Ring of Honor roster, and he's going to use that as an opportunity to do so by having like smart money will be. And I'm saying like I've ever ran a damn right. People that aren't getting that TV time, that people always, where's Christopher Daniel? Where's so and so? Where's especially some of the guys that have a Ring of Honor history over there, like sending Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels over there. Job. Yeah, he has a real job at the office, right? But you know how fans are. If it's not on TV and they're not doing the wrestle
Frankie Kazarian.
Someone's
they have being actual misused. Jobs.
Yes, like that was announced at the formation of AEW. But anyway. Niggas only listen and read what they want to. But anyway, what I'm saying is like,
no, they are not.
Have those guys.
That is not what they do.
I would have those guys be the veteran presence.
Like I would have and Christopher Daniels both have actual jobs for AEW.
They have jobs.
Not wrestlers. Yeah. They have actual
positions. They have office contracts and wrestling contracts.
And even like Kazarian actually wrestles a lot, but like
yes, he does. Just not on AEW.
Yeah, he's on.
Christopher Daniels is wrestle yesterday.
Kazarian is basically on Dark and on Elevation, giving people
he's on Dark and Elevation a lot. Yeah, pretty much.
And that's the thing.
Christopher Daniels wrestled yesterday. If you wanted to watch it, he wrestled yesterday.
Here's my thing, like
I think.
I actually would like people are like, oh, it's not good to, or they consider Dark and Elevation to be a downgrade. And Will mentioned on Grapsody, I don't know if y'all watched Grapsody yesterday.
You gotta cut your teeth.
Well, hold on. He said somebody commented in the super chat that he had that he thought that Will was looking at Dark and Elevation the wrong way. And he was like, the guy pointed out how everybody, no matter who they were, whether it was Hangman starting to rack up wins, whether it was Orange Cassidy, Adam Cole. So basically, when you're getting set for a big TV program, you go to get your record right so that we can logically put you in that program. So you go on Dark and on Elevation to build that record up so that you can, for tag teams, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, before they challenged for the belts, they went and they got their record right on Dark and on Elevation. Then it was logical as, oh, they're the number one contenders. Well, of course they have this match. So to me, being on, and he's like, well, maybe I've been looking at this backwards the whole time. I'm like, yeah, I think you have, because like, I that's the way I've always looked at it. Basically, if you're new to the company, like you can't just throw Ruby. You could, because she literally won a match that gave her a title match.
Yeah.
But even before that, they were like, yo, we got to show her in one-on-one action so you can see, who this person is, what they bring to the table, what their skill level is. I'm like, okay, like to me,
but also you've got people who don't. They don't think secondary shows matter because like they haven't for other people in other companies.
Because
it's also like very easy for a certain segment of the internet to pretend like Dark, there's only black people on Dark, which is not true, or to pretend like they shuffle off on the black talent to Dark, which is not true, or the new talent. Like I saw when Swerve got signed. Oh, he's going to be on Dark and Rampage. Like, yeah, he will be on Rampage. I don't know how often Swerve is going to be on Dark, because Swerve literally had a match in Dublin yesterday. I don't know how often this nigga's going to be around when it's not winning.
He may.
So I don't know how often. Yeah, he'll be on Dark.
Listen, you're right, but I'm just saying, like, if Bryan Danielson can wrestle on Dark, then anybody can wrestle on Dark.
Oh,
but like no one. There's only
Cole Danielson, Kenny Omega was one of the first.
Multiple times.
Had that banger with Joey Janela. Moxley was on there. The only person I think that's been prominent and had a world title that hasn't wrestled on Dark once is Jericho. Maybe. I feel like I'm forgetting a Jericho.
He might have wrestled on like some of the early Darks.
Yeah, the early ones.
Yeah, but trust me, he didn't.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
He's old. He's also old, so I don't really.
And that's again, he's managing his minutes as is his right and as he should do at this point in his career.
Yeah,
like nigga, Sting has been on Dark.
How's that? Has he wrestled on Dark?
But Darby,
he's been on Dark.
He hasn't wrestled on Dark. Okay, I stand corrected. He hasn't wrestled on Dark.
But also, 63 years old.
63 years old, a whole lot of miles on his body. He comes in for the big spots as he should. Cool.
Yeah. The thing if Swerve
Hangman as world champion literally wrestled on Dark at we watched Hangman as world champion wrestle on Dark and a title eliminated.
He wrestled on Dark
and a title eliminated.
Yeah. So but the we're gonna have the Supercard of Honor April 1st. Apparently hasn't been booked at all. Apparently,
the show has to be put together now. So
yeah, so the matches that we know for sure are on there are Jonathan Gresham versus Bandito. I think Alex Zane versus Swerve. And Briscoe.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is Zane. Yeah, that should be a banger.
I hope
his
eye is okay.
Zane versus Swerve. Yeah,
I hope his eye.
Yeah. Didn't his eye get?
Yeah. He got his. That was at a GCW show, right?
Yeah. He got his eye cut with glass.
Yeah, he got his eye
cut.
And
the Briscoes versus a mystery team that's probably going to be FTR. I would be shocked if it's not FTR. I would be genuinely shocked if they're not doing FTR versus Briscoes.
Right.
Hey, they're not angry, supposedly angry person in the office of Warner. This has nothing to do with y'all. And this isn't an AEW show. So
yeah. So we can talk about that a little bit. The Briscoes. Apparently, AEW wants to bring them in, but there is a Warner Media executive, someone who's higher up, who does not want the Briscoes there due to their past, Jay Briscoe's past.
I mean, I feel like they maybe might get over that. Like, as far as AEW may just do it.
Well, maybe. I don't know, because I don't think apparently it's not just the homophobic comments; it's also the weird Confederate flag shit they used to do. Like it's a bunch of apparently it's a bunch of stuff the Briscoes brought with them from their past.
Yeah.
You are TNT.
Whoever this person is.
You once had Booker T and
That's a whole different match.
Jones, that's the previous regime.
Okay.
That's probably multiple previous regimes.
Nigga, the Ebony Experience happened.
Nigga, Ted Turner is not running TNT TBS currently.
Yeah, Ted Turner is not running TNT. I don't think anybody in the Turner family is still running TNT.
They've been out, but I'm like,
yeah.
You show movies that
multiple regimes.
You played movies featuring actors who've done way worse.
Nigga, we talked about this.
That, but
I mean, we know how the world works. All I'm saying is be careful when you start pulling at strings, is all I'm saying.
I mean, I said it. It's interesting that they're the ones who caught this, considering Jay Lethal, the allegations against Jay Lethal, the allegations against Darby, who they're about to give a TV show to.
On the damn, what do I think about? On the damn indie, Scorpio Sky dropped the F-bomb routinely as a way to opponents or mock fans.
To be fair to Scorpio Sky, there was a whole article in, I think, Out Magazine where he went like above and beyond to do the work. So to be fair to him,
to be fair to Jay Briscoe, he dedicated almost half his salary to a organization that provided. I know, but I'm saying, if in case someone else does, because there's people that don't know this stuff. Because I was reading the comment section where somebody was, he's a piece of trash, he should die, do. It was wild. I'm like, yo, nigga, relax.
Whoa, calm down.
Like, relax. And somebody's like, well, how do we know he's even changed? I'm like, because
capitalism does not have moral standards.
Exactly. That's why that's the ultimate point I was getting to. But he's done his work. It was a decade ago, and he did his work a decade ago, and has been consistent, continuing to do his work since then.
Hey, I agree with you, but he ain't got to prove shit to us.
Sometimes your past bites you in the ass, unfortunately.
Yeah, it is interesting because like so many indie wrestlers have done weird shit.
Yes,
there's so much weird.
All AEW did was take Excalibur off TV for like a week or two when that whole. You know, that nigger promo
saying dropped. Nigger a bunch of times.
Or when
same thing with Sammy. Sammy said that weird shit about wanting to rape Sasha Banks, and they were like, okay, well, you don't get to be on TV for a while.
When Justin Roberts did that, when Justin Roberts was balled up into speaking out allegations, not allegations, but like, yo, this dude was trying to ask a 17-year-old girl for nudes. And it's like, well, it wasn't illegal in Florida. I'm like, that nigga would never been back on my TV personally. But
so he would not. But I don't run this company. So
I don't run a company, and he did not break a law. But I ain't fucking with him like that. So
same thing with Darby Allin. Darby Allin had whatever allegations brought against him. They
basically accused of being a shitty boyfriend.
Yes, that's what he was accused of. Like he wasn't accused of hitting anybody or anything like that. He was accused of being a shitty boyfriend.
Oh no!
Yeah, man.
The chick that said it was basically rape when I had sex when I didn't want to. It's like, but he didn't forcibly. Anyway,
I'm not getting into.
Yeah, we're not getting into the weeds of that, but what she described was not the word she wanted to throw on it. I'm just gonna put it that way.
Yeah,
I'm just again. The thing about the Briscoes, they're not going to have consistent moral standards. Like I never go there. Like, well, they did. I don't. You can't do whataboutism with $1 billion company. You can't do that shit because it doesn't. You're never going to get anywhere.
Once again, not AEW who made this decision. So, pretty much. And by them being booked on Supercard of Honor, kind of seems like Tony still wants to get that FTR match in. Because Tony is booking Supercard of Honor. I don't think he should book both shows.
Well, he said he's going to be head booker. Well, he said he's booking, but like people read that as he's going to literally be sitting in an office with 2 different fucking computers open.
Yeah.
Going, like, I don't think he books AEW top to bottom. They have agents who clearly put the matches together. The talent says they get a lot of in-ring freedom. They get to work.
He makes the final decisions on the
people. The final decision is his. He doesn't.
The people that like you can literally do that and be all right. Like, all right, who goes over in this match tonight, boss?
Yeah,
FTR.
Like people act like he's sitting in front of 2 MacBooks and just
so you're gonna start with an arm drag. Like, he's not Pat Patterson. Like, he's not sitting there mapping out the match for the talent.
No, he probably just gets the final say on like who wins or loses. But
as he should.
Yeah, man. Yes, this is true. Yeah, man. I'm also kind of sad that he learned from the Big Swole incident because I would call Chavo Guerrero a bitch right now. But that's
man. Oh shit.
You're moving real hoish. Moving real shiesty, but you know.
All you had to do was call me back, nigga. Like, call again and leave a DM, nigga. Something. Call Vicky. Shit.
They couldn't figure out something to do with the great Chavo Guerrero.
I have always been a fan of Chavo, so like y'all Chavo slander today is
no. Listen, I'm not slandering Chavo's work. I'm not slandering that shit. I'm slandering him being Chavo Guerrero in this context.
Yes, I'm not slandering his past work or anything like that. What I'm slandering is right now he is acting like a hoe.
Like, what does AEW need Chavo Guerrero to do this Wednesday? They don't have somebody on the roster to do right now.
He was a manager until they had to write him off so he can go do Young Rock.
But they also don't need him to do that anymore.
And they replaced him very effectively.
Yeah, by having no manager.
No, so Jose the assistant does everything that I need him.
I mean, yeah, Jose was already doing that, so you know, like
exactly. So there was no need for Chavo. What is Chavo doing? Because they're not putting him back with Andrade. So what does Chavo think he would be doing?
Comes back, has a one-off match with Andrade.
No,
we don't need that. We don't need that.
For that.
I mean, Chavo can still go.
We don't need that.
I was about to say in Lucha Underground, like Chavo's still in. Well, when I saw him on,
listen, but here's the difference. Here's the difference. Listen. You ain't Sting. You ain't an attraction. We don't need to see that shit. You good?
In 2022, we actually don't need the Lesser Guerrero.
You go wrestle in AEW right now. AAW.
This nigga said the Lesser Guerrero.
AAW.
Nigga, they already had Juventud.
Right.
Juventude's not a Guerrero.
What do you call himself?
His name is Juventud Guerrera.
Okay. Whatever.
It's 2 different names. Excuse me for growing
up in
Mexican culture.
We don't need.
Don't worry, Mijite, I got you.
That's that Mexican man.
We don't need Eddie's. We don't need Eddie's nephew.
225 million deaths caused by El Chapo this week.
In 2022, we don't need Eddie's nephew. Like, we don't need him. We don't need that match. Who is out here like,
the world needs Chavo.
La Sombra versus Chavo Guerrero.
Chavo is for the children.
What did he call himself when he was white? Paul White?
Who?
When Chavo was a white man?
Curran White.
Oh my God. Where did they get that first name? Where did they get these names from?
It's the whitest white man who ever whited. Curran.
Yeah. We don't need Curran White. We don't need Chavo right now. It's just not necessary. Not necessary. Like we claiming AEW Rock. I mean, I'm not claiming. I do think they have a lot of people, but Like they got people that they actually need to get TV time to. We don't need no Chavo. You don't need no
Chavo fucking Guerrero. You've outlived your usefulness, goddamn shit.
You probably could have still got a check, but you out here running to the internet like a hoe.
I mean, it doesn't seem like Tony is opposed to giving that man a check. It's like just talk to me.
Yeah, it didn't before he started doing.
No, literally after the fact. After the you mean before that?
No, he said that Spot Monkey shit like yesterday or today.
Yeah, but you know who else says that routinely? Fucking JR. He ain't getting fired no time soon.
I mean, JR has a more important job than fucking.
My thing is like, I don't think he's because like okay, I'll put it this way: Bischoff has said some stuff that's way more like heated, and Tony has brought him back after the fact to come do segments on Dynamite after those statements have been made.
No, he actually did. Those were made after.
I'm not talking about his most recent stuff. I'm talking about even early on. He would say stuff like, you know, they need to chill on this, or this ain't ready, or y'all need. I don't like this segment, or they do this too much, and he would still have him come back and be involved.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, but that's criticism.
Criticism is fine.
My feelings are hurt.
The snarky shit he was saying afterwards is totally different shit.
Okay, see, if there has been a falling out, I don't know about that because I know I was like, I'm not reading all this stuff, but Chavo did make a statement. Hold on 1 second. Chavo did make a statement to the effect of like there was a.
Okay, this nigga was in mid.
No, but he did, but he also then went on a podcast and did other shit after the fact.
Just stop acting like a hoe. I don't even care about that. Stop acting like a hoe. But it's almost
like listen.
It is what it is.
Like listen. It's okay. People. Oh, I was taken off the telepage. I didn't know. I tried to call Tony. I'm fine with that shit. Now the after's just like now you're just being a hoe. Now you're just being salty and shit. Like come on.
Well, man. A lot of this is they
talk about. You're talking about Bischoff, right?
Yeah.
So
a lot of this comes off as they couldn't find something to do with the great Chavo Guerrero. That's what it comes off.
Talk about him because Chavo mentioned something. There had been an event or something that happened to cause a fallout between Tony Khan and Bischoff. But I don't really like reading all that chatty patty stuff, so I skipped over that.
Yeah, but so like
I was wondering if one of y'all read it and y'all actually know.
I don't know. I didn't read that.
Okay, me neither. So
but like I don't want to hear about whatever Tony and Bischoff got from a third party. Like I don't really give a shit.
Right.
Like,
and that's why I didn't read it. And sometimes third parties will actually tell the truth of a situation because, you know, people tell everyone's the hero in their story, right?
But I mean, that's fine, but he ain't the party I give a fuck about in that situation.
Right. It's an event that I don't personally care about. Like, if they have fallen out, okay. Because, like, me and Ben have talked about this, but, like, some of the stuff Bischoff said in the media, there's criticism, and then there's times where I feel like he's kind of like, this should be my show, basically. I should have still been in this. It comes off a lot of,
I could do this.
I did this, and I did it with better numbers and better talent. And you're not listening to me.
No,
I've tried to tell you.
In his mind, he doesn't get the credit for doing it. But you ruined it too. Like I hear you, but you ruined it too. Exactly. So like you can't want all the good faith and none of the bad shit.
I mean, you've been living off them 83 weeks for decades now, man.
Right? You name your podcast after your one success and shit, and then like didn't do anything with the failure. You're peaking shit.
You had one booking style, and it was NWO, and you ran that into the ground. Now
ran it into the dirt.
Russo coming in and doing Russo things, and then y'all having to, you know, there should have been a clear pecking order between the two of y'all. Basically, that would have settled that. It wouldn't have saved the company, but it would have been less chaotic.
Not let fucking talent book them goddamn selves.
Well, was he in control of the contracts at that time? I don't know if he did the day-to-day. I know he did some negotiation stuff with them because that's how he got Nash and Hall in. But that creative, I mean, they weren't going to sign without that creative control clause.
Then you don't sign them.
I mean, there were a lot. I mean, we know in retrospect, and even at that present time. Well, I say present time. In retrospect, they had to. They needed that. Like keep in mind.
It's a different time.
They had to.
Yeah, different time.
Business was bad all around in '95 because that's when you had the new generation flopping. You had Hogan and his friends doing a nostalgia tour over in WCW ruining stuff. I mean, literally right before the NWO came through, you had the Dungeon of Doom versus Hogan storyline.
No, man.
You had something had to shake, and he bought into people that could shake it. Because a lot of WWE moving forward was
you're not wrong, bro. You're not wrong. Again, but we all know the issue is that they ran that shit into the ground and had no exit strategy at all.
You gave them a lot to get them to come through. You gave Hogan a lot to make it worth his while to actually turn heel. And in the moment, you made the best decision for business at that moment. But long term, it did end up biting you. But guess what? You don't get bit long term if you don't do it in the first place because you was going down.
And stop acting like a bitch for your fucking 69.
But I mean, some of his stuff does hit as more resentful. I don't want to say jealous because like he's already been successful, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just like it comes off like
sometimes it's bitter.
Yeah, it does, and it like he makes fair points. And it's also it comes off as out of touch with today's business. Like there's a reason Vince surrounds himself with younger people who do understand how things work now. Vince is going to be Vince, but Vince also has a team that's like, yeah, but social media actually does matter. We need to have.
Does he?
I mean, I'll put it this way: yes, because the initiatives have been creative and have been created, and they're being allowed to continue. So, like Stephanie McMahon said, this is cynical as all get out, but it's true. Philanthropy is the new form of marketing. And her dad didn't stop her from like starting up all these partnerships and relationships. If anything,
you're talking about that. I'm talking about on screen shit. I don't want to talk.
I'm talking about from a business standpoint. Like Bischoff saying, like Bischoff and Booker T are 100% right about some of their criticisms of how AEW presents their products. In 1998, they're right.
Exactly.
You're not right.
That's one of the things that the issue I have with when Bischoff, and we'll call that show in a minute. But when Bischoff and Booker T to the less so, because I feel like his is far more even-handed and just this is how I view wrestling than I am bitter about something. It's just this is how I see it. Not, well, I could do it better. Like that's not how Booker T comes off. The whole you need to market to women and kids thing, right? I've made this point about AEW.
These guys don't understand the entertainment landscape right now. That's the first thing.
But I'm also going to continue to push this whole market towards certain demographics thing. AEW is not actually doing that. Do you like wrestling? We got the show for you. That is the marketing strategy. It is. Yeah, it's cool if they have Black people in these positions and Latinos. Da. But the general crux of their show is
like wrestling.
Are you a fan of pro wrestling?
Right.
We got you.
Like, bro, you don't have a Law and Order or CSI here being like, but we got to get that Games of Thrones demo.
Right.
Like that. I don't think they care.
We got to get the MCU demo. Like, no, they do Law and Order. Do you like procedural police shows for people who are 50 or whatever? Or if you grew up on it? Yes,
we got you.
Do you like Grey's Anatomy? Well, we got some more anatomy for you to grade.
We got to get the We got to get the 18 to 34 demographic to watch goddamn Chicago PD. Like, no, that's no.
Like,
that's not. No.
Like, I don't think. I think it is very clear from the way Warner Media talks about them, with the press releases, and the way Tony goes about some of the stuff he's doing. One, they're getting a second deal. Two, they're getting some kind of streaming contract that includes RA stuff. Three, they're not trying to grow their audience in the way that old wrestling was trying to grow their audience, because that is a losing game. Yep. You will never take the kids away. The kids. I'm not talking about the 18 to 30 demo, because quality is kept from certain individuals. They are whooping WWE's ass in that. Period. In the story. The medium age of people that watch NXT 2.0 is 65. I'm not exaggerating. That is the median age.
I thought it was 54.
Nah, it's 60.
It's 54. It's 54. It's 54 their overall product.
Nigga,
I think 54 is the overall product.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 65. It might be 62. It's in the 60s. 60-year-olds. That is the median age of who watched that product.
Sting is an NXT 2.0 fan confirmed.
Exactly. Meanwhile, AEW skews incredibly lower, Because what they have done is be like, yo, you like fucking pro wrestling? You like fucking pro wrestlers? You like motherfuckers doing 450 splashes and shit all the time and all the shit we do over here that's just good pro wrestling? We got you. If you like whatever it is they're doing over in WWE, which I maintain, I don't know how many people like that, as more of that's just something they've been brought up to watch. But that's neither here nor there. That's what they do on that side. It's two different totally ways of marketing wrestling.
Like, you're not gonna Vince's thing has always been Vince does a show about a wrestling show. Yeah. AEW is a wrestling show.
Yes.
Like, I chalk up the WWE's audience as thus. Like, they are like the people who watch WWE every week. It's their Dragon Ball Z fan. The people they watch. It's their Dragon Ball Super. It's like, it's not good. We know it's not good, but hey, there's somebody I know. It's Brock Lesnar, Tribal Chief. Like it's repetitive at this point, and they just happen to brought their kids along with it. That's their audience,
right? And kids love it. Like, yo, like if I put my son knows about AEW because I'm his dad, so he sees me watching it. He knows about New Japan and he knows about all the stuff I watch because I watch it. But if I don't say, I didn't personally introduce him to Hulk Hogan. I don't know where he saw any Hogan stuff from, but he was asking me, Dad, do you like wrestling? Do you know Hulk Hogan? I was like, I don't watch anything with him on it. So like, it's just, they permeate the zeitgeist. Like, just like UFC is synonymous with MMA, just like NFL is synonymous with NFL. They made their brand that. And so they're like, WWE will always have the kids to a certain degree because their product is geared towards reeling in and maintaining the interests of children. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's made them very successful because children cause families to go and spend money. It's the Disney method. They want to be the Disney of wrestling. That's what they are. AEW is not trying to be the Disney of wrestling. They're trying to, I don't want to be like, I guess pretentious to be like the A24s. They're like the A24 wrestling. They're like, the Miramax.
Oscar bait of wrestling.
I ain't gonna say the Oscar bait. No.
They want to be the FX of wrestling. How about that? How about
yeah, there we go. Yeah.
High quality HBO of wrestling. Ironically. They're sort of owned by the same company.
I can feel you on
like
that.
They want
to be the HBO of wrestling.
Yeah,
there is a level of quality to what they're putting on screen. And they want to maintain that.
Hey, your kid may not be able to understand and keep up with The Wire. It's not for them.
Right.
But kids, well, not kids, teenagers watch this. They just don't. They don't.
Teenagers watch The Wires. Yeah. That's the thing.
So,
Like, I think when kids, as long as AEW stays around, I think when kids hit that age where it's embarrassing to be a wrestling fan for them or whatever, they might walk away, or they might walk away from WWE and walk into AEW, depending upon how much crossover happens between the rosters. Because, and like, kids are more savvy these days. There was there was a dude talking to that Shield, Louis, whatever, Dangoor, whoever. He said something about like, oh, I'm sorry, I was only 4 years old when Punk left Ring of Honor. And some kid chimed in and was like, yeah, I'm 17. I just got done catching up on 90s All Japan Pro Wrestling. It's called the
I see like
they also explained it to you.
That dude is 18 years old, by the way.
Who, Lewis?
No, the guy I put the thing in the screenshot from Twitter.
Oh yeah, the guy that said I forgot which All Japan wrestler name is, like, so and so is in my top 5 favorite. Jumbo Tsuruta. He's like, I'm 17. Jumbo Tsuruta is one of my top 5 favorite wrestlers.
Nigga, that's a deep cut. You said
I know.
That is a deep.
He did not just Google a name on that one. He
did not.
Nigga, first off, how would you even know the Google Jumbo Tsuruta?
Like, yo, let me All Japan top. I mean, I guess Jumbo's name will pop up if you just typed in All Japan. But like, to prove his point, he could have very easily just been like, one of my favorite wrestlers was, I guess you wouldn't say Chris Benoit, but Perry Saturn. I love his suplex game. Like,
right.
That would have been
Jumbo
equally.
Is Jumbo even like a pillar? No.
He Jumbo used to run. His family used to run All Japan. No. Yeah. That's Giant Baba. That's Giant Baba. Giant Baba.
No,
and then his wife took over after him because then they left to form Noah.
Yeah, Jumbo isn't even a pillar. Nigga, Jumbo died in 2000.
Yo, he did 2000. Dang, that's crazy.
Well, it makes sense. He was like 49 when he died. So
that's still young though.
I mean, yeah. Jumbo.
Yeah, but that whole situation is crazy.
I think AEW will end up getting like be the place that teenagers go to get their pro wrestling. Like the casual don't exist.
Well because it doesn't. They do the thing. Hey, here's a cool person doing cool stuff, looking really cool when doing it.
Exactly. Like the
casual doesn't exist. The casual isn't
right.
The casual.
No, it doesn't.
If I'm flipping channels, the casual is the person that used to watch and are now back. I was talking to my wife about this the other night, and I was like, "Yo, you're not gonna get a bunch of there's not a bunch of people sitting around just waiting to be convinced to be wrestling fans.
You can't create wrestling fans anymore.
People from the 1990s, people who lived through the Attitude Era, they have a fond memory of that, and today's product does not translate that to them anymore. Like, which, I don't know, you know where those people went? They became boxing and mainly MMA fans.
Yep.
So someone saying
I became a huge MMA fan.
Who was that guy talking about? The guy you put that Reddit thread in our group chat for the podcast, and the guy was talking about how the product there needs to be a third company that basically he wants Pancrase to come back. I'm like, or just I'll put it this way: if there was a true big market for that, you think Josh Barnett and Fight TV would have already just made Bloodsport an actual thing?
Right.
But that's not going to be a thing because I can literally just go watch. I can go watch Bellator. I can go watch UFC first and foremost, Bellator second, and a bunch of other places where people cut their teeth to try to get to those two places.
Only again, I like that
Noah, I guess.
Listen, bro, like I like that shit, but like only wrestling fans who use the word shooter a lot watch fucking Bloodsport.
Right. I watch Bloodsport because I like it, but I also realize they're still working. They're working stiff. And hey,
but I'm saying,
like I said, you can always just go watch Noah.
Or
don't watch Noah.
I could just go watch.
They're doing the old.
He was the promotion he was describing was New Japan. Like, just go watch New Japan.
But also Noah's got the.
But you see, Taylor, they employ Toru Yano and the butt dude. I always forget his name.
Noah has like 3 50-year-old champions.
What is the
Noah's doing some weird shit right now. I don't know what Noah's doing.
Oh, what is that doing?
No, them niggas are saying I'm not losing. Them niggas are saying my old ass is not fucking lose.
That is so weird to me. Well, it's not.
I mean,
they're weird.
Considering who the guys are.
Yeah.
It's not weird to me. It's just like undercutting your company for your old ass. But it is.
That nigga Muda said, I ain't losing. And if I do, oh shit.
Dang, Muda did that too? Nah.
He did.
Yes, Muda did it. Who is that current champion? Because it's not what's his name?
Hold on.
It's who is Noah's heavyweight?
It's the other old guy.
It's damn, I forget. I just looked it up too. Fujita. Yeah, Fujita.
Oh, yeah, because he refused the job. That's right.
Yeah.
51 years old. It was like, I don't think I want to lose.
How old is Ida?
Hold on.
Ida is he doesn't have a Wikipedia.
He's 40 years old.
Funaki, nigga. Funaki is their national champion.
Oh my god. He's like Ida's 40 years old.
53. They're like, fuck putting over the new guys, baby.
Welcome to we have no champions who are 30.
They did have a champion that was 30.
They did.
And they were like, nah, we're gonna beat Nakajima.
Yo, man, they really jobbed out Keno to like one of these old niggas.
Nigga, they jobbed out Nakajima. They knocked out Nakajima to. We have gotten deep in the weeds. Nobody knows.
Yeah,
we did.
Yo, hold on. So you mean to tell me in the year 2022, if Go Shiozaki gets a title match, he's going to have to job to the Great Muta?
Yes.
Oh, they had Nakajima lose to Fujita.
I'm looking at their stables. I didn't know that. Okay, Kitamiya's there, Inamura's there still. The other Okada.
Old niggas.
No,
old niggas.
Kitamiya's not old. I'm looking at the young dudes. They got like young
champions are old.
Oh yeah, the champions are old.
They pinned Fujita. Oh no, Fujita pinned
Nakajima. So you mean in 2022, if Kiyomiya Kaito gets an opportunity to have a championship match, Fujita's going to be like,
going to win.
No, young man.
No. If Okada comes over there, you know who eating the pin? Okada. Because Fujita ain't jobbing.
Oh, this nigga looks cool.
I'm not losing. But we are deep in the weeds. Thank you guys for listening to Black and Black. We went off.
We went full wrestling nerd for about 10-15 minutes.
We went into we fell into the Noah boat.
Yes,
you did.
Thank you guys for listening. I'm going to stop us on YouTube, and we're out.
I know.